And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, part by WD Black and AMD Ryzen, as we are back once again with a lot of intense matchups for you this time. But finally, we are back at the analyst desk. We've been taking it a little bit easy going on a lot of these, and we've been doing it on the caster. And moving on down forward, this time around, I'm going to be your host, Aggressive, joined by caster and analyst Floki. And of course, you know him, you love him, caster and analyst Universe as well. How are you guys feeling?
I'm doing fine myself, but I'm curious to know how Universe is feeling because, yeah, he did tell me that he was a little bit excited for today's matches. Maybe he's excited for one of those matches a bit more than the other. So why don't you fill us in on that, Universe?
Yeah, I mean, we have a very, very special match coming up later in the evening, which is going to be, Velocity versus Samurai Esports. And just as I speak about that, let's have a look at today's matchup, shall we? Because first of all, we got one coming up our way, and that is the first one, that is Enigma versus Kuch, and then there is that Titan matchup of Velocity and Samurai. And oh
Yeah.
boy, I can't wait for both of these matches.
Yeah, this is going to be something that we always do need to remember. The underdogs versus the big dogs coming on down through right at the very beginning at the 1 p.m. game. Just goes to show that a lot of spicy games are on the books for today. The underdogs versus the big dogs. And in the second game, it's just going to be two big dogs fighting off against one another. And at this stage, let's head on down over to the group standings because I want to talk about the storyline for both of these teams just a tiny little bit to give everyone that level of context of where they stand down properly. Because as you can see, Team Coach B, they're at the bottom of the barrel. They have lost all of their matches. They were not able to secure a single point. So it is fair to say that at this stage, they cannot really get to that number 4 spot to bring themselves back up to the running this time around to take it all away. And when you consider this, it's just going to be a lot more difficult for them. And at this point, they're just trying to fight for the number 5 or number 6 position at the bare minimum so that they don't have to go through qualifications again in the season 2 qualifiers, which the registrations for are live already. So make sure to check the links down in the description below so that you can register with your own team. But moving on down forward, for the side of Enigma, they've won every single one of their matches. They haven't dropped a single map whatsoever. And at this stage, they're fighting for the number 1 spot to get the first player seed. And whenever you have that first player seed on your side, that's gonna be a massive advantage because then you're gonna be having that choice of going in for a lot of these different engagements. But moving on down forward, I want your opinion as we head on down over to the team spotlight for the side of Enigma Gaming. Floki, take it away. What do you feel about this team? And tell me your thoughts on the side of Enigma Gaming.
I mean, Enigma is one of those, top three names in this particular group, right? You have Velocity, you have Samurai, but same time you also have Enigma in this group, and all of these players have been doing very, very well for themselves. As a unit, these guys have been around for a while now, and these guys have certainly got the results to show for it as well. And I'm just a little bit scared for the side of Kuchbi because Kuchbi, when you think about their lineup, I mean, sure, they have some very well recognized names from some other tactical shooters as well. But at the same time, it doesn't seem like as a unit these guys have been meshing all that well together when you compare them to Enigma. Enigma, they have those clear cutout roles for each one of their players, and every single one is quite intelligent on their roles as well. Extremely dynamic in nature. When I look at Kuchbi, on the other hand, I mean, I don't want to be the one to say this, but much like their name, it seems that many a times some of their plays don't really make all that much sense. With that said, though, I do think that this is an opportunity for maybe the side of Kuchbi to show that they can at least take a map off from the top dogs in this group over here, and you
Mhm.
just make sure that they keep them on their toes every single time, and make sure that Team Enigma Gaming just have this feeling of, okay, we can't afford to slack, we can't really afford to not take them seriously, and we have to give it
Mhm.
our best. But yeah, that's what I feel. I feel like Kuchbi have the potential to at least extract that from the side of Enigma Gaming, but I don't know if they can take the series.
Yeah, that's also going to be a really difficult spot for the side of Coach B to try and take the series away. But you never know. We all love a good underdog story, and maybe they can stand up massively and take the entire set away from the side of Enigma. I won't be saying that it's going to be easy, but it's very much possible. But before we do try and talk about a little more about the side of Coach B, let's head on down over to the player spotlight from the side of Enigma Gaming. So, Universe, tell me personally, what do you think about this player on down the line? Because you know for a fact that I love Ezzy. I love his controller plays. And the fact that he's now on such a massive kill streak, 147, 118 deaths, and 45 assists, this guy is just on another level.
Yeah, absolutely. He is on another level, and Easy's been performing back and forth for Enigma, and he's been doing a lot of work for them. He was a recent addition to their team not too long ago, though. But he's fit into that role absolutely perfectly. He's done such a great job at playing the role that he's required to play. That is the controller role, whether it be it on Astra, which he favors the most, or be that Omen or Brimstone. I mean, even though we don't see him pick those other agents as much, but this guy, he can cause havoc with that Astra because it's not just about him setting up his teammates for success. It's about him doing things for himself to get those kills as well. Those gravity pulls, those stuns, all of it, all just works out in his favor because he knows exactly how to use them. He knows exactly where to use them, and as a result of which, he has those kills on board. And today, he is on the spotlight. I'm pretty sure that. Today is not going to be any more different than what he has been performing in the last few games that he has to secure that top spot in the table along with velocity. And if they're going to keep going on with that, then Easy for sure is going to keep adding on to that tally of his kills and the rounds, and as well as the maps and matches. So Enigma, I mean, Easy is going to be a huge, huge asset for them.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. As he's one of those players that are so consistent when it comes down to his raw mechanical game, his fragging power, but also when it comes down to supporting his team. And in my eyes, he's probably the best support that I've ever seen in this entire tournament when it comes down to purely helping out his teammates with his ability usage. But that's the side of Enigma, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head on down over to the spotlight for the side of Team Kuch, because we know for a fact that this team has a lot of potential. They are a team that we dubbed to be from anything to something. So, Floki, tell me your thoughts on this team in particular.
I mean, when I used to see these guys play those other tactical shooters, right? It was a similar lineup. I remember Pasha, Bondef, I remember Poki. All of these guys were really good players. I mean, it's. I mean, sure, they might not have been, in the S tier of the Indian tactical shooter scene back then, but they certainly were there, and they were always knocking on the doors of that S tier spot. And every single time they went on to play, you could see that these guys really were trying to give it their all. Sometimes they'd fall a little bit short, but hey, I mean, that's all you can really do, right? I mean, you can keep trying, you can keep scratching and clawing at the door, and maybe someday pray to God that it opens up for you. In Valorant, it doesn't seem like they've been able to accomplish that same feat. It seems that so far, the teams that are clearly above this skill level in terms of coordination, in terms of individual play, in terms of mechanics, and I feel like Kuchbi has a long ways to go before they can start being a top contender for the spot over here, at least in the Esports Club Gauntlet. Because if you want to contend, if you want to be contesting the side of Velocity Gaming, Samurai, Enigma, whichever of these top teams you keep your eyes on, you need to have a solid foundation to rest it on. And I think that foundation is still being built for
Yep.
the side of Kuchbi. And I think once they are able to establish that, and once they have at least some solid foundation to work off of, there is a lot of potential for this team.
Yeah, in my eyes, Team Coach B, they suffer a lot when it comes down to consistency. And I'm really hoping that this tournament and all the matches that they have played will help build that consistency more and more. And if even with today's match, even if they lose out here, they can at least use it as a learning experience. And just as you stated, build a much more solid foundation moving on down forward. But as we just saw for the side of Enigma, let's head on down over to the player spotlight as I hand over the mic towards the side of Universe. And tell me, Universe, what do you think of Meow 16K? Because she is an absolute beast when it comes down to the kill show.
Absolutely, she is, and we've watched her play for quite a bit of time now, and like Floki said, we've seen her come from other tactical shooting games as well. And Meow has, she's solidified her position as one of the best leading gamers in the country as well, and that's one of the reasons why she's also here on the biggest stage in South Asia for in Valorant. And although Kuchbi has not been performing, as great as they would have expected to, they have not won a map, but that does not take out the spotlight from Meow because we know that she has a clutch potential. We've seen her pull off clutches before. She's not just played Sentinel, she's also played the controller role before for her team. She's played that Astra, she's played that Omen, and she's very versatile with the way she settles into that team. So if she can perform today at the very best of her abilities, she can perform at the top level, then I'm pretty sure Meow will for sure be a huge contributor to picking up, if at the very least, one map so that they can pick up something, in case Enigma put on a show for us in the other two maps. But she's definitely going to be someone that we need to look out for, and that's the reason why she's in the spotlight today.
Yeah, that's just going to be one of those things. So let's head on down over to the MVP standings, though, and see what these players are going to be standing on and if there are any more changes, who moved up, who moved down. And previously we were talking about this, and it feels as though like Scally, right after a couple of games, he has shot up massively, taking the number 4 spot, coming on down from the side of Samurai. And that's gonna be a massive hit for a lot of the other players because now MW1 he has moved down and Excali he has taken his place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go on,
And
Universe.
yes,
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's gonna be a very very spicy affair later on in the evening because this guy is gonna be on the server and he's gonna be facing off Velocity Gaming, and boy, that's gonna be an interesting affair. But for the moment,
yeah.
though, there are no players from either Enigma or Kuch B over here, but that doesn't matter because it's all about whether Enigma, because Enigma, although they do not have any players on this MVP standings, they are still on that very top of that table, right? And they haven't lost a match, and it doesn't look like they are going to either, unless Kuch B pull out something miraculous out of the bag. So I mean, it looks tending towards Enigma Gaming for the moment, at least in my opinion. But hey, if Kuch B surprise me, I'll be more than happy to be proved wrong.
Okay, what do you have any more thoughts on the MVP standings this time around?
Um, I just think that the reason we don't see Enigma on these team standings is for a very good reason, and that reason is that they actually evenly distribute the weight of carrying the team amongst each
Yep.
other. It's never one player just being a star fragger, just one player going out there getting 30 kills. We see some insane jet plays from some of these top duelists over here in the MVP standings, but that's not the case for Team Enigma. Enigma just overall just play very well off of each other, and every single time you have to be looking out for one of the players because they could just end up fragging out in a particular round and clutch it back for their team. So it's just that they are so good in terms of their team play and synergy. In a way, they don't really need to have a star fragger because they're all extremely consistent, extremely reliable. And if I had to surmise it, if I had to just summarize what I'm trying to say here, Enigma is that kind of team where you have the one in real life best friend where you can just count on him for anything that can happen. You can just
Mhm.
go to him and be like, you know what, man, I'm in some trouble. Why don't you help me out? And he'll always be there. He'll always show you the way. I mean, that's what Team Enigma is like. They're always consistent. They're always reliable, and they're always on point with their aim, no matter what agents they're playing.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Enigma, they're the type of team that always pioneered a lot of the strategies that we know now in our region. Whenever there was something new, whenever there was a new map, or whenever a new agent comes on down through, you can always rely on the side of Team Enigma to try and figure something out and master it almost immediately before any other team. And that's why we give them the title of the unknown prevails. The fact that they will always make sure to try something wacky, try something new, and bring it all in their favor. That's what Team Enigma does best. They like to take their opponents by surprise, and they love to try and make sure they make them crumble, not from the outside, but also from the inside, one by one. They don't pull any punches, and that's why they are such an aggressive team, and that's why they are so dangerous moving on down the line as well. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really excited for this matchup. What do you think, Floki?
I mean, I want to get Universe's thoughts on this because I feel like Universe has, he's casted some more of these games over here, so he's got the opportunity to see Kuchbi as well as Enigma Gaming. Universe, what do you think that Kuchbi has to look out for if they want to beat the side of Enigma Gaming? Do you think there's anything in particular that they need to focus on?
I think just like Gracie stated that this is about the unknown prevailing from the side of Enigma Gaming, whether they're going to be doing something wacky, right? But that's the whole point about Enigma, because you never know if they're going to do something that is basic textbook, or they're going to be doing something that you're going to see come on from another planet, and that's what Enigma is. I think the only way that probably Kuchbi can counter this is teamwork and proper communication, because if you have two players who can trade off of each other at the very least, then I think you can make it work, because they Enigma are very good with their utility usage and clearing out corners with the way that be it those Molotovs or be it those slow ops, if there's a Sage or anything for that matter, the Sova, Recon, whatever. If you have two players who know how to play off of each other, and they get to get one or two kills at the very minimum to bring it down to level terms of like maybe a 4v3 or a 3v3 at the very least to give them advantage, then I'm pretty sure that Kuchbi can try to slow down this Enigma force, but it's not going to be easy to shut them down all the way.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The fact that Enigma Gaming, they can be such an explosive force and they can be slow and systematic as well, could be what spells doom for the side of Kuchbi. But at the same time, we can speculate about this a lot, and still, we are not going to be getting to the end of it pretty much anytime soon. So for now, we're going to be putting all of these speculations down for rest, and we need to be heading on down over to the match and see exactly what's going to be happening between these two teams. But before we do that, we are going to be taking a short break as we head on down over to the casters, as both of our casters need to run on down there. They need to take a short jog, and we'll be back with the reveal shortly after a couple of messages from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Club Gauntlet Valorant Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. My name is Floki. Joining me for this one is gonna be Universe, as always. And boy, oh boy, Kuch versus Enigma. I am very excited to see the map veto, and I think so is going to be our audience because we have some very interesting map picks over here. So you know what? Without even further ado, let's just jump straight into the map veto and see what that's like because I'm quite sure our audience are going to be stoked to see this. We're going to be starting off on Ascent like always, but the second map is going to be Breeze Universe. What do you think?
Oh, this is something I've been waiting for. I knew that Enigma Gaming usually do usually they get a lot of things to
Mhm.
do weirdly, but I did not expect them to pick out Breeze over here, and somehow it wasn't banned, and they ended up picking it. So, I mean, Enigma Gaming, they definitely have something on their minds because we know that they anything new that comes into the game, they're the first ones to try to tap it onto their try to tame it, and Breeze might just be their new thing now. We have a decider at the hands of Bind, but the question is going to be because Ascent is the most played map, and on the other side we
Mhm.
look at it, Breeze is the least played map. So we're gonna go on two different ends of the spectrum over here. Not just in terms of map and not just in terms of maps, Floki. It's also gonna be in terms of the teams itself because Enigma are on the top of the table, haven't lost a game, and Kuch at the bottom of the table, who are surviving, who are fighting a survivor battle at the bottom of the table, who haven't
Yeah.
won a game. So this is like two very parallel storylines that are finally going to be intertwining.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see where this one goes because I do think that Kuch as far as I know, they do need to win this one if they want to make it to season two. I'm going to quickly confirm that with production, but yeah, if Kuch don't win this one, then they're going to be 0-5, and that's not a good score line to have. Meow 16K was in the player spotlight, and she has been fragging out quite well for the side of Team Kuch. I mean, sure, like they aren't doing that well, but every single time you see anyone having those impact frags, it's always Meow on a Sentinel and on a Killjoy. So let's see if she can pull off the same performance today. I mean, the first map is going to be Ascent, so that's as cookie cutter as it gets. That's about as comfortable as you possibly can be in the entirety of Valorant. The second map is where you go are probably going to be in a little bit of trouble if you haven't played that map very often. Breeze is usually dodged in queues, at least in most ranked games, at least the ranked games that I've played so far. I've seen most people trying to dodge that map, but I've had the opportunity to play a few ranked games on it myself, and the map is just so open. It takes forever to rotate. And I'm not too sure how these players are going to approach this map because I feel like if Enigma have picked it, they certainly have discovered something about the map that other teams don't know yet. And I think this is our second time in the Esports Club Gauntlet that we've seen Breeze be picked over here. I did have the pleasure of casting Breeze once before with Quaint, and let me just say, I think that was Global Esports' pick, and they went for a Cypher as their main choice of Sentinel. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's up with that. I thought Killjoy would be what would be picked over here, but yeah, Quaint did mention that they like to pick that Cypher. So do you think we're going to see a similar sort of change up for the side of Team Coach B? Because I mean, you have Meow 16K always playing that Killjoy, but do you think on Breeze maybe you switch things up and take a page out of G's book, pick up that Cypher?
I mean, it's only for us to watch, right? And just
Yeah.
as we're talking about these agent selections, let's move into the agent selection to see what these players are gonna. Are they gonna pick that Cypher on Ascent? Is gonna be the question because Breeze is somewhere where you did talk about Floki that the Cypher Killjoy question might come in, but I think we're just gonna have to save that for the next map because right
Yeah.
now we are jumping into Enigma versus Kuch on map one, which is gonna be Ascent, and pretty much an expected. Agent selection coming on from the side of Enigma. They have their usual picks. Hikon Phoenix. Ghost is with that Jet. We've seen him be so explosive with that agent. Badman waiting to lock in that Killjoy and play a Sentinel role. Easy again with that Astra. Pretty much a default setup for them in terms of at the agents at the very least. And Meow on the other side. I mean, like I said, we've seen her play the Sentinel role, but right now she's opting to go for controller. It's probably going to be Pokey who's going to be taking that Sentinel role, unless Yuven has other thoughts and does not go with that Sova. Oh, this might just be a very, very similar lineup. I think if Pokey decides to go with Killjoy,
Choose your
then it's going to
agent.
be the mirror lineup for both these sides, and that's going to be interesting. What do you think, Floki? How do you think it's going to go down?
I'm not too sure. Okay, so they
Oh,
actually end up going for that sci-fi, and that's what I was actually going to point out. The fact that Meow 16K picked Astra gave me a feeling that they want to pick a different Sentinel this time around. They don't really want that same Killjoy again, because if it was the Killjoy, it would have been Meow playing it. But it is the Cypher that they pick, and it is going to be Pokey who's playing that. So yeah, let's see what the side of Kuch we can do over here. I mean, they haven't had a good run so far, but maybe today's a different day. Today is a new day. Maybe they can. Come into this match with a fresh mindset and just look to take this series a surprise Enigma, surprise every single team in the group and to show some signs of life, because I think they really need this win, not only for their standings but also for the sake of their morale. You know, you end up losing every single map in the group stage. Going into season 2, that's going to be in the back of your mind. But let's jump into the game and see what's going on with the players, and let's see what kind of setups Pokey is going to be doing with that Cypher of his, because that is a slightly different Sentinel than we were expecting.
yeah, absolutely. Because I actually thought they would, go for a Killjoy over there. But that's the one difference between these two lineups, and that is going to be the Sentinels.
Yeah.
And the Sentinels are usually the ones that makes a difference in the very end. I mean, you have your duelists; they can frag out and do everything, right? But in the end, it's going to be the Sentinels who hold down a site or hold down your backstabs, and they do quite a bit of the work for the team. And for the moment, it is going to be Badman who's going to be facing off against Pokey in terms of the Sentinel battle at the very least. And I want to talk about the impact over here of both the Sentinels, Floki, because
Yeah.
I really, in my opinion, I think as much as Cypher, I mean, the recent buff that Cypher got that, Jet cannot be dashing past that tripwire anymore. You're going to get caught, right? And that is something that will definitely help Cypher in in terms of holding down a side to counter off an agent like Jet, which was easily dashing and clearing off any of the utility that Cypher was using. But the thing about a Killjoy, what I want to ask you is, don't you think that Killjoy's ultimate is clearly more useful than the neural theft onto Cypher in terms of defending?
So the thing about an alt going down from 7 to 6 points is that you can actually play a little bit more aggressively than you would. And that's weird in a way, because you have a 6-point ultimate on an agent like Cypher who's a Sentinel, right? Typically you want to be surviving, making sure you get value out of the cam, you get value out of those cages and those tripwires. Just make sure that information is available for your team. But now he also functions in this sort of pseudo-duelist role. I think maybe that's why the side of Kuch have picked up that Cypher, because getting a neural theft online on the attacking side after you get that initial frag is so round winning. Like every single time you know exactly where the enemies are, you can just go forward and get that setup going. Sure, you require that first kill for it, but many a times you've seen situations where, sure, you get the entry frag, but then on the retake you end up messing things up. And the Cypher, what it basically gives you is, it gives you that sense of timing, because once you know where all the players on the enemy team are on the map, you're going to know where they're going to be coming from. You're going to know exactly when you should be peeking those particular angles. I mean, not exactly, but you do have an approximate idea. So, yeah, that ends up really helping you out. So, I think maybe that's the reason why we see the side of Kuch. We pick up that Cypher because they're starting on the attacking half instead of the defending half. So, they intend to use him like a duelist. You've seen Duelist Sage, but now it's time for Duelist Cypher.
Absolutely, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be going into the game, and it is the pistol round coming online. A little bit of tech pause had come in, but it is all being dealt with. And there it is, Ghost with that Ghost in his hand itself. He just one taps the head of the opponent Jet, and that's all he needs. He got the advantage for his team, and now the B side looking very likely as an attacking position for Kuch be over here, but Batman is going to put a little bit of more damage onto their team handles as he gets one kill of his own. 3v5 situation. Juven pulls one back though, and now they're stuck in a pretty precarious position because they're going towards defender side spawn, and Pokey is going to find Hiccup as soon as he gets one kill onto Juven. Now in a 2v3 though, the health not looking too good on either side, except for one person, that is going to be the Astra on defending side. But Pokey and Meow both are not too good on health. And now they're choosing to go towards A, and this is going to be spotted out by that Sova drone. This is a lot of information for Easy, who's been sitting on the side. And there it is. That's one tap coming in from him. And he's just going to tuck himself under the 7. He's going to listen to the sound. Pokey, boss classic. He gets his head, of course. And now, might just be doable for him. But, oh, here comes the lurk from Batman. He's going to peek out and tap him out. Yep, it's going to be the plant going. No, it's not going to go down, actually. I thought the plant did go down. But Enigma Gaming a little bit of a scare. 3 people were dropped and probably could have been a little bit more, but no worries for them. They did solidify their lead with the first round going in their favor. Pistol, and yeah, they are looking pretty good.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, Enigma, I thought that maybe they would have some trouble on that first round because you could do something funky on the side of Team Kuch. You know, you've got a Cypher, you can drop those Cypher cages, split open that mid area, maybe like to go towards defender spawn, but instead they did that same thing by going from B main. That recon bolt by Convex is going to give them a lot of information, but oh my god, Bond there, what is that sick one tap? It's going to be treated out by Hikka eventually, and elsewhere, God Vexy is also going to be found. I think that was an Ares in the hands of the Sova, but Hikka is just shutting down every single player from the side of Team Kuch. And now that Hot Hands is not going to catch Neon. She tries to go for the one tap, but does not succeed. Hikka is going to find her, and now it's all down to Juven. He is going to be spotted out by the turret as well, and his time is coming close to an end.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, with the Sheriff, probably one headshot he could be hoping for. God Vexy does have the Ares, not the most accurate weapon to be fighting off a Sheriff especially. And here he listens to the sounds coming in from B main. He gets dinked down himself. He's not going to cause any damage to Badman. And that's going to be round number 2 going in the favor of Enigma Gaming with just 1 fatality. No problem at all, as they will be playing on the bonus round this time and facing off the first buy coming in from the side of Team Kuch B. This is going to be, pretty much of a task for them. Try to hold out, because if Enigma Gaming can win this round as well, they're going to be setting a statement over here, aren't they, Floki?
Yeah, they most certainly are. I mean, now you do have a proper buy on the side of Kuch B, so you have a much better chance of winning because you're going up against the bonus round and you're going to be going up against AD, some Spectres. But this is where some of the X factors start to come in for Enigma. I mean, you're going to do something wild over here because you know you don't really have the advantage when it comes to weaponry. So you're going to do something cheeky like this push, which I do think the Jet is leading. And there you go, Ghost. He wants to go forward and find that initial pick on the back of that Sheriff. He has money saved up for the Operator in the next round, so he is not too worried about feeding away a kill. But they're not going to try to go B main, they're instead looking towards mid where the alarm bot is. And there you go, that should give them some information that there is a mid push coming through. And with all the information that Ghost was able to find towards B main, they should know that this is a mid take. Pasha Sahil is going to get beat. He destroys his head with that.
Oh my god!
Hiccup backing him up. And that's what I was talking about. I mean, usually when you put 2 Spectres up against a rifle, those 2 Spectres are always going to win those duels. And yeah, this is the cheeky stuff I was talking about that you need to look out for. Juin, that recon bolt is on both players, but Ghost is going to come in from B main. Now Meow 16k all by herself does get a kill, but that's all she's good for. Another successful round for Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, considering that this was a bonus, Loki, this was almost a near, flawless round, wasn't it? Because it could have been a flawless unless Meow hadn't popped the head of, that one kill that she got onto Hikka. But Enigma, they are showing their dominance. I mean, pistol round, yeah, they did look a little flustered, but they got it anyway. Second round, a lot better than that, and now this is even more better because now they have economy and they also have the weapons that they picked up, because they picked up 4 of them, and they are in a pretty good position to solidify their lead more and more now.
They certainly are. They got those free upgrades as well, like you mentioned. This time around, they're going to try to make a quick play towards that catwalk area, but they're not going to succeed. Ghost is going to shut down Meow 16k. There you go, Batman's going to peek out as well. Elsewhere, I think that was towards B main where he got that kill, and Ghost still keeping the side off. Okay, Kuch be on their toes, but Pachasal somehow found 2 kills with that Sheriff. Down to 5 HP though. It's gonna be a very hard round for him and his teammates as they're all so low. It's a single shock touch, it's a single take of damage from those nano swarms is gonna take down all of these players here. And you can see they're trying to survive. Batman's gonna find one, Ghost is gonna find another kill, and now it's all down to Ju. And if he could get the spike down, it'd be really good for his team, get them some extra cash, but it might be shut down if he takes his sweet time to clear out this entire area. He's actually going to go for that big backstab instead. Try to go for a big play here. Not too sure if that's the best decision considering he's at 5 HP.
Yeah, probably not, because if he peeks out over here, yeah, he's going to absolutely be shut down by God Vexy. Yeah, is he going to look at him?
30 seconds left.
But, no, he's gonna go for the plant. He's just not gonna get any more fights because he knows he's 5 HP. And there goes the recon. Not gonna reveal anybody because Batman is gonna take himself behind that. Now he gets revealed though. And here goes down the Ghost. He came a little too quick and he just took him down. And that was a third kill for Ghost of this round as well. And Enigma Gaming settled for a fourth as well. Ooh, this is looking a little bit dominant coming from their side because, you know, they have a lot of economy now built up, Floki. And Kuch, although they will have the bonus round, the loss bonus coming in because they've lost 4 continuously. Even though they lose, even if they lose this round again, then they're not going to have money again. They're going to have to go again to another eco. And it's just going to be the same way. It's going to be a buy and an eco and a buy and an eco if they keep losing these rounds. And they need to answer Enigma Gaming with something.
Yeah, they most certainly do. And this time around, I mean, Enigma Gaming have the even bigger guns, right? You've got the operator at the ready on your jet. You're going to be going for those aggressive pieces. It's going to be towards the B main area, so they're not really going to spot out much. But there you go. All this utility being dumped towards A main should give them an idea that this is maybe an 8-8 coming in. Meow goes around perfectly for the flash. Spots out easy. Try and get that kill. And oh my goodness, it's going to pick up Hika's body as well as take out easy. Opening things up. The controller doing the duelist work. And now Hika, all alone on this side, is waiting for backup to come. There is the Soa to help him out over here. The Hot is going to force him off the generator position, and Bond Death is going to take him out. 4v3 situation for the first time. Kuch have a man advantage, and they could take this side. Or they could look to back off. Plant hasn't come in. In fact, they're going to plant towards Tyson. So, yeah, they should be able to just play for that post plant. Ghost, that operator not really doing much. And now he's in an awkward position. He got revealed by that spy cam dart, and Pokey pushing out aggressively. But there you go. Ghost knows what's going to happen. He peeks out and gets Pokey's head. Batman has the ultimate and with this 3v3 situation, they could end up taking the side.
Yeah, they could be going in for this retake because they've got it back from 4v3 to a 3v2 now. And look at this. Oh no, one player's already detained and now they're going to know the position of the other. And Batman's going to try to get it though. Here comes the flash and that's going to be Godvex. He does not care about the flash. And there is the defuse. Ghost is going to support him and he is going to take down Meow 16k. And wow, that was a beautiful retake coming in from Enigma because I honestly thought they were going to go for that save over there, Floki, as soon as, Ghost saw that Cypher at mid because he took a little bit of damage, but he got that kill and so did Batman on towards Heaven and that was all they needed. And after that, they were just, they were like, okay, guys, let's just do this. And they just made it happen out of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Enigma basically pulled that round out of their butts. There's no reason they should have won that. But Ghost found that pick off on Cypher. Pookie got a little bit too aggressive, didn't respect that operator, and ends up sort of throwing away a round that should have been theirs. And now, they're on an eco once again. It's going to be down to them using Sheriffs, some Spectres here and there, and maybe a Frenzy, but that's about it. And yeah, you can see they're going to be trying to go into the side walk in. They will find that opening kill, but Batman's able to get Pokey with the help of that Nano Swarm. Still make it an even 3v3 affair. Cosmic Device available here for both sides. Let's see if it's going to be used. I mean, Meow might want to pop this one to try and secure this round, but it's going to be a little bit hard. They do have 2 rifles at the ready on the other members of Enigma, so this is a bit more of a fair matchup. And with the operator on Coast, if he can't switch to a rifle, this retake could be quite hard, but he does have the knives out, so that's what he's going to try to do. That Cosmic Device should buy them a lot of time, though. Okay. That second Cosmic Device has also been used from the side of Enigma to shut that side down, and look at that. 2 Cosmic Device being committed, but it's the defense which ends up winning. Easy. Just very, very clever with his utility usage. And there you go. This is the Enigma we're talking about. Strong, stable, reliant. And every single one of their players fragging out quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, they just got outplayed in this because I don't think they were expecting that counter Cosmic Divide to come in. And, instead of trying to take that fight because you have 2 Cosmic Divides, right? You have one that you've put down and you've got one that's covering the backside. I mean, you could use this as cover, yes, but I think instead of hiding back there, you should have thrown it into Enigma's faces and you should have gone for that fight straight up. Maybe they could have got 1 kill by 2 players picking out 1 angle, but hey, I mean, they would have thought something at that point and for them, it just didn't work out. And now they got to try something new because Ghost is going to shut down another one of their tries towards mid as he takes down Pasha Sahil into high mid. Pokey's gonna find a very aggressive Batman who pushed up towards B, and now he has that idea of where all these players are. The neural theft opens up things for them in terms of information at the very least. And Juven, he sneaks out of the side. Hikka though, he only spotted a Meow and he doesn't know. I don't think they know that over here. They've got Juven on the A side, and now he's gonna have prime positioning to get at least a 2K towards that A shot position if he peeks out that window. He can hear a few of them towards A. Oh, there it is. Here's one. He doesn't expect the other. He puts down the recon. He's not gonna get the other because he's just gonna run through that recon, and he's gonna get that headshot onto Juven. Bond F, he is towards a shot, but Ghost is gonna be supporting his team from the B-Link position as he takes down Pokey in mid, and now Bond F, the last man standing. He has one Phantom and he has one Spike, but both of them are gonna be ripped from his body as Enigma put up a 7th on the board with absolutely no reply coming from Kuch B whatsoever.
Yeah, Kuch just look a little bit stuck over here. They're not really able to take the fight against Enigma. I mean, Coase just shut down Pasha Sahel, who for some reason was trying to peek out from that short area, but didn't really get the kill. I don't even know if he had an operator in that round. I'm pretty sure he didn't have the money for it because, I mean, if he did that move, makes more sense. But even then, the peeker's advantage is going to be on the lineup of Enigma. So testing that angle doesn't really make sense without a smoke.
Absolutely, I agree.
Smoke, in which case I just would feel bad for Pasha Sahel. But yeah, that a little bit weird stuff coming out here from Kuch B.
Yeah, it is. But for now, though, it's gonna be the Hunter's Fury and this run it back. It's gonna be a combo used very commonly, and they're gonna run into this A side, which they're gonna get for free. And Bondev is gonna find one kill for himself, and that's all he needs. He gets revived back to his original position, and Meow finds one on the side as well. And this could be a first round coming in for Kuch B, unless Enigma Gaming pulls something out of the bag again. And Batman looks like he wants to make that happen. He gets one, and he falls back immediately, giving his team and himself a little bit time to get a little bit more information. Easy, putting down those stars and trying to pull it so that his teammates can probably get something done, but nobody's going to be peeking that. The Odin is available on Godvix. He can spam down whoever he wants. Pasha takes down Easy. Pasha takes down Batman, and it's going to be Pasha who gets a 3K as he shuts down Godvexy as well. And Kuch B finally have a round on the board as they get this round with the help of the two ultimates that they popped right up in the beginning of the round. And I felt like they should have done this a long time ago. You know, this aggression, they should have showed it because they were playing a little bit, slowly. They were trying to, hold passively, but now they should have realized that aggression is clearly helping them at least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, what this really was a lack of a default on the side of team Kuch B, right? You don't have a default going. You just don't know what you want to do in different rounds, and as a result, you just sort of resort to winging it, and winging it in these sorts of situations is very hard. Ooh, cool lineup from the Astra as well as the Phoenix, but it doesn't end up connecting. They weren't that aggressive. Bondev has made his way all towards garden. He's gonna flash it out and try to enter there. Doesn't really see anyone, but Ghost is gonna be playing from the side with the operator. Now Hika is gonna peek out, get one kill, peek out the other side. Easy's gonna try in as well, and Hika goes back and gets that third kill. This A push has been completely shut down, and now Pokey in an impossible 1v5 gonna get peeked from every single direction. It's just gonna go down to Hika as he's gonna be fodder for him. Hika once again has his ultimate at the ready.
I mean, look at this round, Fluky. How beautifully executed was that defense. They had two angles to peek, right? And they had three players over here. But Hika, he peeks out towards the right, he peeks out towards the left, he's got Easy for his support, and he gets another one towards the right. And this goes absolutely bonkers, and wow, what a hold it was from them. And I don't think anybody took damage except for Easy. I think Easy was down by just 30 HP, maybe 40. I think at the very least, one bullet. And that was all the damage that was given, and that shows how, strong Enigma holding down both these sides, because the only success that Kuch B found so far was by a rush, and they are not doing that anymore. And now Bond F, he's gonna go down to Hika again. Hika finds the sneaker peek, and he's called it out to his team that there are people over there. And here comes a run it back. He's gonna take out another one. Pokey goes down, and now he's gonna try to get something more done. He throws out that Molotov. He's trying to get information, and he will. He knows that there's two players on this side and probably one towards A main, and that's all his team need for now, because there is a retake with a man advantage for the side of Enigma coming in.
Yeah, but the Coast with the operator. Kuch just finds a fix towards Amy, but he's gonna be spotted out over here, and Pasha Sahel is gonna push forward. That flashback instantly with the jet, but God Vexy with the Odin spam trying to catch him is not gonna comes in from the flank, takes them out. There was nothing but a distraction for Batman to be set up. And Enigma put another round on board for them as Kuch. They get on site, they get the spike down, but they cannot just see the plant through, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't really know what exactly Coach B, like, we talked about this earlier in the analyst desk as well, Floki. The fact that these guys, whenever, I mean, whether it's on attacking or defending, it's about that teamwork, right? Because you saw that Bondef went alone and he peeked out Hika, right? And that caused his demise, and that was an immediate advantage because you could see on the other side, that was on Enigma, Hika had easy for his support, who was peeking out mid for him. And then both of them peeked out together at mid. And Hika got the trade over there at mid as well. So that teamwork is so good from Enigma, but it's just not being seen from the side of Kuch because they're giving these 1v1s to these absolutely raw and perfect aimers. Look at this again for that instance. Hika and Easy peeking together. Hika's just going absolutely mad. He can take all the 1v1s he wants and he's just gonna keep winning them. But Pasha Sahil has something else to say. He's gonna get 2 of his own. Poki has an idea. Batman's coming here, but that doesn't matter because Batman's gonna shut him down. Ghost is gonna take out the twin sister of himself. That is the opponent Jet. Pasha goes down and a 10-1 scoreline. Double digits already for Enigma Gaming. And I mean, this is just a battering of, the highest swords, isn't it, Floki?
Yeah, it's, in the words of one of my favorite casters, a shellacking. But, Universe, I still want to be an optimist. I still think that there is a chance for the side of Kuch to make a comeback. They have a buy going into this round. They have the money. If they could put this round on board, it's going to be a long and arduous defense. But if they win those first 3 rounds, they could potentially snowball and build up a good economy on defense for themselves that could help them come back. Is it gonna happen? I don't know, but I would like to dream. And I mean, I'd like to dream a little bit, and I do think that if they do get this round, that is a possibility. But look at Bondef, cheekily just holding down A main from that position. Juin spots out one, and Bondef is waiting for the peek. Oh, he spots out Easy and he gets the kill. Took out the hot hands at almost the wrong time, but unfortunately for him, there was no peek that came in. Hika's gonna find Juin elsewhere, and once again, the run and back is ready. Just 2 rounds ago, we saw him pop this ult. And this time around, he's gonna get some information, is he? No, okay, he's gonna spot out 2 players on the side of Team Kuch, and that's gonna be enough information for them to work with. They also have the lockdown at the ready, so whichever side they go on, the retake is gonna be fairly easy. No Hunter's Fury because Juin is dead. Sorry, not Juin. God Vexy is dead. And,
Absolutely.
Yes.
There is no information for now, though. Ghost has the information that they're coming out B, and he's gonna take that first initial peek. He's gonna get the kill, but Bondef is gonna immediately trade back in the form of Batman. Ghost again going for an aggressive peek. This guy is not scared of anything, Floki. But for the moment, it's gonna be Kuch B going all the way back towards A. Meow leading the charge, and Vexy should be hearing all of this and telling his teamman here, oh my god, this guy is jumping onto the side with an Odin. He dinks down Meow, but no kill. That's clearly something that we could see. And Kuch B now, they have the advantage, a man advantage, but no HP at all to work with. 2 of these players are very low, and there comes to run it down. Okay, Bondef, he gets a 3k for himself. He knows where the other one is as well. No, he doesn't, but he's gonna take him out anyway. Bondef gets the 4th for this round and seals this half to a minimum of 10-2, but I mean, that minimum is barely anything, is it, Floki? Because in terms of looking at it as a bigger picture, 10-2 is something that is a very, very difficult score to come back from.
I mean, you talk about wiggle room and all the wiggle room in the world to work with here for the side of Team Enigma. Even if they lose 2 buy rounds, 3 buy rounds in a row, these guys can make a comeback. That's what the scoreline says so far. They're in the first class business. I mean, they are flying business class at the moment. There's all the leg room in the world for them to work with, and yeah, there's very little leg room on the side of Team Kuch over here. They need to pull this off perfectly, because if they lose the pistols, they're gonna be done for. I mean, sure, like if they end up losing the pistol, they will have 1 buy round to force it to overtime, but it's not looking like that's gonna happen. Pasha Sahil getting dinged right off the bat towards shot. Holding his breath for now. Batman's gonna spot out Juin just walking with his... I'm not too sure with his knife out towards that lane area. Pokey though is gonna get ghost in return. Make sure that things are a little bit evened out over here. Hika trying to go forward, find the kill. Is gonna succeed, but he's gonna be traded out. And once again, a 2v2 situation here. God Vexy, quite healthy. That Cypher Cam still up and running. He's gonna be spotted these players, and Astra and Cypher still surviving for the time being. They're actually setting up for the flank. God, Vexy does not die. He's been set up so perfectly. Look at that crossfire. Great stuff on the side of Team Enigma. Just playing the enemy's minds like a fiddle.
Absolutely. I mean, they should have expected that because I'm pretty sure that the Cypher camera spotted out easy as well because he walked in towards the defender side spawn entrance side towards B. They should have seen him, and I really think they should have expected him there. But when you've got God Vexy jumping around like that, I'm pretty sure that you would be hungry for his skill, right? And I mean, I'm not going to blame Kuch B for that, but Enigma, they just played that to absolute perfection. And now, as a result of that, it's going to be a little bit of an advantage for for Enigma. But on the side of Kuch B, we see a desperate force come in as well, Floki, and they're going to try to fight this out as hard as they can. But Enigma, they're not wants to give up. They're not wants to shut down the mercy. They're not wants to give mercy. And here it is, easy. He's just going to be putting my words into action as he gets 2 of his own. Meow will shut him down though, picks up the Spectre. And she has something to work with the bare minimum, but she's got players pushing up her position. Badman, look at this guy. He's not afraid of anything at all. He's a sentinel and he's pushing up towards defender spawn. And look at how far behind Kuch B was forced to play. Pasha Sahil was all the way back towards his spawn where he started off. And this is the dominance of Enigma, just showing, you know, how good they are and how powerful they are. And at this point, they're just showing off.
Yeah, they most certainly are. I mean, Enigma, just no hoots given whatsoever. Just went in straight up to take the deal. And there you go. You can look at Batman. He doesn't even care. He's just trying to set up Heka for the kill. And they end up finding it. And guess what? Heka's on it back is ready. And this is the thing about the Phoenix. I mean, if you get a very good starting first 2 rounds, you could potentially end up winning that first buy round because the run it back is at the ready. And that run it back, I mean, in some situations can be very, very useful. Just getting some information or, you know, best case situation, getting a kill. It just sets up your buy round so perfectly.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And that impact of that run it back can only be used by, you know, some very good players at the best. And Hika, I mean, look at him. He's 23 up, man. And that carry is so good. For the moment, though, he's going to go down to the opponent Phoenix's Molotov. Bondlife is going to burn him to a crisp. And Kuch B have stalled it down to a 4v4 at the bare minimum for the moment, though. But Enigma, they are just literally 4 kills away, 1 minute away, if at the very most, from this victory of map 1 on Ascent. Badman. What? Badman! We know the Marshal is bloody accurate, but you can't just, you know, quick scope with absolutely nothing. Look at this guy. He gets another one. Pokey goes down, and they must not be feeling good about this. You win. Wait, what? God Vexy. Hello?
He cancelled the plan at the last moment. He was afraid of getting peeked out. And yeah, good on him. I mean, he would have been peeked out over there. But look at Ghost just cheekily holding inside that smoke. Knows it's about to dissipate, so he is going to back off here. Might be spotted out by the drone. Does end up getting spotted out, but Meow is at the ready with that Spectre. Is going to find the kill. Those stars being called back, so maybe you can use it to split the side up a little bit. We throw out a concuss and gravity well to suck these players in. Make life a little bit easier, but Easy's positioning is so cheeky. Sure, God Vexy is going to be taken down here, but maybe Easy's no, he cannot. Man. The side of Kuch B, they still survive, but the scoreline is going to be 12-3. Should be able to get some rifles at least. They're looking for them. They find one, they find a second one as well. Yes, they did. So, yeah, I mean, they could potentially drop some rifles over to their teammates. And yeah, you can see, I mean, I know like a viewers country chat, but Pasha Sahil instantly chimed in with a nice shot as soon as he got killed by Badman. That was an amazing shot. And I think Badman is confused. I think he thinks he's playing Call of Duty over here. You're not trying to make a quick scope montage, my friend. You can be slow, you can be tactical if need be, but if this is how you want to play, by all means, go ahead. We're more than happy to see you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is all for, you know, Enigma to play for because they've got so much. They've got so much of, you know, advantages. They've got so many advantages right now, especially the fact that they're just literally 1 round away. And they have chosen to go for an eco for the moment. Okay, a little bit fun over here. Okay. Tech pause has come in though, but that doesn't mean that people go around, you know, for free.
Yeah.
That is a lot of, you know, guys, come on. But it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at the economy on the side of on the side of Team Enigma over here. Even though they don't have money, they're buying up because they know they're so far ahead at this point. What's the worst that could happen? They lose 1, they lose 2, they lose 3, they lose 4, they lose 5. Doesn't matter. They're on match point. And if they win this one, I mean, the risk is absolutely worth it. So, yeah, they're going to be. I mean, it did seem like they were going to be forced buying, but then they switched back and got those sheriffs. Never mind. They are going to be playing this with a little bit more discipline, but Bond Def is looking to shut them down and maybe put some more points towards that, run it back in the next buy round so you can have it ready. That Naruto is going to be taken out. Tika peeks out at the right time, but Pokey is going to get the trade, at least make it even. And now the spike being dropped there might incentivize other players from the side of Team Kuch to start moving around the map. But look at God Vex, he's one tap. Meow is going to go down, most looking to find his own, but it's not going to succeed. Pokey and Masal.
Oh my god!
So once again, Enigma, how do you do this time and time again? How? H or W?
I don't think this is a question that any of us can answer except for the side of Enigma themselves, because they pull this out of nowhere. They do stuff that we clearly, do not understand because.
And they have the lockdown now.
And yeah, they have the lockdown. Now they have the position of Pokey as well. And there goes the lockdown. And there goes the Cosmic Divide as well. They're gonna put in everything they got into this round. They know where Pokey can creep up to. And he might as well get detained over here. There comes out the camera, but he's gonna go down anyway. Batman, he's gonna shut it down. A little bit simple for him right there. And okay, Enigma, quite a showing on his end, wasn't it?
It was a spanking of the highest orders. I mean, Kuchvi, they got 3 rounds, but that's all they got. And I have to say, the way Enigma Gaming just played, just absolutely insane. Some insane shots being connected as well with the Sheriff and with the Marshal. I mean, let's not forget what Batman did. But once again, this is the Enigma I'm talking about. All the guys on Enigma are so reliable. Sure, your duelists may get a little bit more frags, but when it comes down to it, even the controllers, even the sentinels can chime in and get those 3Ks and 4Ks when necessary. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really needed this time around, but you could see the way they were playing it towards the end. Those guys know the round is in the bag. They commit both of their ultimates. They're like, we're going to make life as hard as possible for Pokey. And Pokey, in that situation, I mean, it's unfair to expect him to be able to clutch that round out. I mean, even if he got those 2 kills, best case scenario, he needs to go forward and get that Killjoy ult destroyed before it detains him. So, yeah, I'm not too sure if he would have been able to do that. But the match highlights are ready. Let's see how Enigma Gaming managed to take this one and what went wrong for Kuchvi, because I'm quite sure a lot did.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite a bit did go right for Enigma Gaming, and especially that first half lead of 10-2 was just, it was such a big mountain for Kuchpi to climb, and in the end, they just did not have the equipment that they needed to make that climb all the way. They got a few rounds, but that was just not enough, and it was very, very, very hard fought from them because they tried to do so many things and it did not work out for them. They were just picked apart. Look at this. They just got picked apart one by one. Even in the bonus round, they're running around with Spectres and Sheriffs over here, Enigma, and they're just popping off absolutely crazily. And it's just working out for them. And then there's rounds like these, right? Because there's no communication, because you're probably thinking about what your teammate is going to do on the other side. You want to support him. And at the moment when that miscommunication comes in, you're going to get detained by that Killjoy or lockdown. And before you know it, the round's over and it's already gone to the enemy team. Enigma Gaming, they took complete advantage of every single mistake that was made by Kuchbi, and they got in a very, very dominating spot for themselves going into the next map as well, because now it is Breeze coming up, Floki, and that is going to be a very, very interesting match, because honestly, I would like to say that Breeze could go a 50-50 way because of the map itself. And the way that everybody's just they don't know whether to love or hate the map. It's a love-hate relationship with that map. But on Ascent, though, I'm pretty sure Enigma Gaming loved every single bit of the map of Ascent and every single bit of what they did as well, because my oh my, it worked out for them.
It certainly did. And I mean, the next map is the pick of Enigma, right? You're going to be going on Breeze, and that's something that I'm not sure how Kuchbi are going to tackle that. It's going to be a hard one for sure. If Enigma pick a map like Breeze, you know that they've practiced something and they just want to test it out and see if it works. And yeah, this is going to be them doing that. I mean, Enigma, They looked so fantastic over here. Sure, Kushbi are able to, at least get 2 rounds on offense, but yeah, as soon as that side switch came in, Enigma Gaming just, made it clear that these guys are going to be taking this game. There're not going to be any openings, not going to be any opportunities for Kuchbi to make a comeback. If they want it, they're going to have to earn it by winning some hard to win rounds like this one. And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Enigma, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if Breeze was a whitewash as well, because Breeze is a map that you need to practice, that you need to have some sort of strategies to work with. I mean, if you don't know what your setup's going to be like, if you don't know, if on the agent select screen you're debating which agents to pick, you're already behind the enemy team in terms of how the map is supposed to be played. So yeah, I hope that Kushbi have some idea as to how they can approach Breeze.
Absolutely. I mean, if either they need to come up with some sort of, tactics to take on the side of Enigma Gaming, or else it's probably going to be just another breeze that Enigma Gaming fly along with. Because if they do not find Kuchbi fighting them back whatsoever, because just like they did on Ascent, because it was all the 1v1s that went into the favor of Enigma, like just like this, like what the hell was that, man? Batman, that was just sick. I mean, see, stuff like that, that 1v1 potential that Enigma have is much greater than Kuchbi, and we've seen that happen. Although there were a few, shots of brilliance is coming in from the side of Kuchbi, it was just not enough, because by the time they found a little bit of their groove coming in, Enigma just had something new up their sleeve, and they just shut them down absolutely to bits.
Yeah, it didn't seem like Kuchbi had a lot of chances to take this game back. But yeah, I mean, them winning it out on an eco round is just adding insult to injury, right? You pick out your sheriffs, you just get those one taps, and somehow and you secure the man advantage and get the plant. Like, come on, that has to be hurting somewhere. I mean, if they lost on a bite on it, wouldn't feel so bad, but they lost on an eco, so unfortunate for them. There's always a game two, though. There's always a game two. There's always a second map to fall back on. It's gonna be Breeze. And I'm hoping that they are going to be able to, make a comeback on that one. Before we move on, the huge shout out to the Esports Club as well as WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant for being our sponsors for this tournament. Of course, you can check those, you can check them out. You can see exactly what they have to offer down in the description below. But yeah, with that out of the way, I do think we should be jumping to a break soon enough. And when we come back, we will have map number 2 and ready. Make sure you check out Red Bull as well. Make sure you scan those QR codes and get that free Red Bull for yourself. But until then, me and Universe, we're going to take a short break. You're watching the Esports Club Valorant Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Club Gauntlet Valorant Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. My name is Floki. Joining me for this one is going to be Universe. Game 1 taken very convincingly by Enigma, but there's still a second map to go. You still have Breeze, where maybe if you've been practicing it secretly, if you're the side of Kuch, you can maybe make a comeback. I don't know really, but let's have a look at the map, Veto. Let's say that they do end up winning Breeze. What do we go to next? We go to Bind. And on Bind, it's going to be Kuchvi who end up starting out on attack. But yeah, I'm not too sure if we're going to reach that point because Breeze is the pick of Enigma. As surprising as it is, Ascent was the pick of Kuchbi, and yeah, they didn't do all that well on it. Are they going to do well on Breeze? I don't even know what to say. I mean, if this is how, I mean, that their own map pick goes, then I'm not too sure what we can expect on Breeze. I don't know. I mean, Universe, are you a bit more optimistic than I am?
I mean, I would say my middle name is Optimism, but when you have something like Enigma Gaming standing like a titan right in front of you, I am not quite sure about this. But at the same time, I would like to say that, Kuchbi, they should have learned what they did wrong in the previous map, right?
Yes.
That teamwork wasn't coming out for them. There were no trade frags that came out at the right time at the very least, because there was always that 1v1 potential that went into the favor of Enigma. And yeah, it was just all over the place, and Enigma took it, with arms open. For the moment, though, we're gonna have to see how they open their arms and welcome these agents, which they're gonna be selecting, because this is gonna be very interesting. Because we have usually seen that there's going to be a double controller setup, because Breeze is usually, seen as a double controller map because of the fact that it's such a huge map, right? So
Yep.
you might just need like an Omen and a Viper, because I've quite never seen Brimstone being played in this map because of how huge it is. And you can render him pretty much useless. His ultimate can cover only one corner, and you can just run out of there because of how big the map is. And I don't see a double controller setup coming in from the side of Enigma, though. I mean, they have Hika on Reina this time, no Phoenix. And it's going to be Pokey who takes Viper on the other side. Viper, pretty much a staple pick over here. Meow16 chooses to go for the Cypher. This is what you were talking about, Floki, that, that's something that Global Esports were doing. And
Yep.
you might be right. They might be taking a page out of their book.
Yeah, they certainly could. I'm curious to see what the side of Enigma are going to go for in terms of the controller. They could go
Select
for the
your
Astra as well.
agent.
Astra is not half bad because you can give those cross map smokes, but Viper on the other hand, I mean that wall is just so useful to have on both attack and defense, and I think that they might just end up going for Viper regardless. So yeah, let's see what is it that they decide to pick. Yeah, they did not pick their agents.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. Might be some internet issues. We do have some technical issues time to time. Indian internet can't do much about it, but yeah, I have to say the way I mean, Team Enigma time and time again have just shown that they're extremely dominant. It makes me feel like you could pick whatever agent you want on the side of Kuch B, but at the end of the day, it's not really gonna matter because it's Enigma's map pick.
Absolutely, it is going to be very important for Kuchbi. it's going to be very important for Kuch because it's going to be small things like this Floki, because when you see network issues come in, it's going to be very difficult for them to cope with it mentally, especially because of the fact that okay guys, we've got one thing going, okay guys, forget that map, we're going to go ahead and go completely free minded into this. But now they have small issues like this, which is going to come in and they're going to be like, oh god, okay, this is not
Yeah.
going right in our favor, this is not going right in our favor, and it's just going to play around with their minds. But it's only for Kuchbi to not let that affect their mind as much and go into this map a little bit more free minded, because this should clearly be a 50-50 chance for any team playing, even though it's Enigma's pick. Because
Yeah.
Breeze is something, like you said, I mean, secretly, maybe, yeah, they would have practiced it before, given that Enigma is called Enigma, and they are a mystery for sure. So they could have been practicing it in the back lines, and that's why they've chosen it today. And Kuchbi need to be on their toes. They need to make sure that, because the fact about this map, Floki, like, that 1v1 thing that I was talking about in the Ascent is going to be blown up in a much bigger perspective, right? Because now you have such a huge map, and you can easily pick out one angle or crawl into any sort of sites, because if you move into halls and if there's going to be no player over there, you're going to have somebody crawl all the way back towards defender spawn, and he can cause havoc towards both B and towards A, because he moves right, he's got that bridge and he can pop out the heads who are standing behind that site. And if he moves towards B, he's again going to find people who are standing towards that arch's position, and he's going to get somebody over there. And this is, this map is big, and rotations on top of that are so important in this, because I mean, I want to ask you about rotations, especially in this map of Breeze. As a defender, how important do you think, like, the timing of rotations is necessary? Because selling a fake could be a huge thing over here, and rotations, they could be up in seconds.
The way I think that most great teams play Breeze is that they commit heavily on mid, at least on defense. You can't rotate from side to side. It's not going to happen. So if you end up giving away that opening frag to the enemy team, that retake is going to be extremely hard. 10 seconds are just going to be shaved off the clock because you're just rotating, and then you have to clear out every angle. You have to set up utility. You have to get those frags in. You have to cover the planter and all that stuff. Sorry, cover the diffuser. It can be very hard. So I'm curious to see if we do see heavier commitment on that mid area in those buy rounds, because I feel like that's the only quote unquote legit way to play Breeze. Have one player, playing that halls area like you mentioned, maybe one player towards that standard peek out spot on that defending side. There's a big ledge where there's an open area you can
Absolutely.
peek out from. Set up an operator over there, see if you can find a pick, and have one player playing, that connector area from middle towards the other A side. So I'm curious to see if they do end up playing those areas. I feel like if you commit heavily towards mid, rotations are a lot easier, right? I mean, if you have at least two players in that halls area, you've one playing halls, you've one playing that open area, you can rotate to whichever side is needed at any time. So I feel like because of that. Because Valorant so far has been a game where you only put one player mid. Sometimes you put up two if you're trying to do something cheeky on defenders. It can be a little bit, surprising to play a map like Breeze where the mid area is so open and there's so much room to work with. But I do think it is a map where you do commit resources on B, because even if, let's say, the opponents rush, right? Let's say they all decide that, okay, they're just going to rush into a side, they're going to take their pick and they're going to take their chances. Well, you still have players who are going to come in quickly. If you instead just decide to hold on to your sites
Yeah.
and be like, you know what, we're going to hold horse, but we're going to play it from side, we're going to play it from that stairs, you'll be very defensive about it. There's potential for you to just be split open. I mean, once that's read, the attackers, they can definitely come in from that mid area, split the map into, and make sure that there's no rotations back and forth. And that can be really problematic on a map like Breeze, where on defense, you do need to make sure that you can rotate. So, yeah, once again, it's going to come down to those mid engagements, it's going to come down to halls, it's going to come down to whether they can hold those connector areas as well. And if they do, I'm pretty sure that Breeze should be, like the name suggests, a Breeze. But you never know. I mean, Kuchvi, they did seem like they had some ideas on how to play this map, and they picked up the cipher. So yeah, let's see what they can do with it. I mean, that's what I'm
Absolutely.
thinking about.
I mean, yeah, that I completely agree with you. That mid, region is going to be very, paramount to anybody's success in this map. And the one thing that I do actually want to point out is another thing that it works in the favor of defenders as much as you would like to see. that that rotations, that mid region is very very important. The one thing that they do have going in their favor is flanking, because of how huge this map is. There's gonna be so many angles that you just don't check for a few seconds and somebody's just crossed you by on timing over there. Especially towards that, I would say if you're hitting A, you when you're hitting a bombs, when you're hitting a site that is that big on on the map, you will definitely have a lot of space that you need to cover up by not just one, not just two, but more agents as well. You will need everybody's support, and that itself is going to put out a lot of pressure on the side of the defenders. And it's going to be very 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 important for them to come on to that flank and get that mischief thing, which is going to be element coming in. And we've seen Enigma do it quite a bit on other maps, but whether they're going to be able to do it here is the question. And I think Floki himself has encountered a little bit of a tech issue, but not too much of a problem. We're going to be going into the map very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with us. It is a tech issue that everybody faces, a little bit of internet issues. So nothing out of the blue, but Breeze is going to be underway pretty soon. And we're waiting for the players to reconnect and them to get onto this server as quickly so that we can get this match underway. But the third map is something that we shouldn't be considering out, because of the fact that if Kuch completely change the game on Breeze and they completely pull out something crazy out of the hat, they do not just pull out a rabbit, but they pull out a tiger out of that hat. It's going to be for them to feel proud about themselves and get things going. And Bind is going to be probably anybody's game, because of the fact that Kuch have chosen attack on Bind, and they're going to be having a lot of work to be doing if they take it to the third map, which for the moment is looking highly unlikely. It is not very very easy for them to beat the side of Enigma. And yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. But for the moment though, I would like to ask everybody who's watching the stream right now, tell us, who do you think is going to win on Breeze? Give us those messages of love. If you're a Kuch supporter, go ahead and spam that Kuch heart. If you're an Enigma supporter, go ahead and put up that hashtag Enigma. I want to see who is having more support and how these teams are getting all the love that is deserved, because all of these teams are fighting for that one trophy, and that is the TEC Gauntlet. Season 1 for the moment though, but we do have a massive prize full of 52 lakhs. So please, if you want to participate in season 2, go down to the links down in the description and register. For the moment though, we have the match underway, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be stamping right into the game as we have the agent selection back online, and it's going to be probably the same things that they chose the last time. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. Bond F was the person who got disconnected, but pretty sure he is back online. And this time, you can see, yeah, he's confirmed his agent. He's going to go with that Reina. And so is Hika on the other side, on the side of Enigma. Got Vexy with that Sova, and Ghost locking in that Jet instantaneously. It looks like Coach B are ready, because they've got all 5 of their players, and it is going to be a single duel. It's going to be double duelist meta, pretty much the similar things that you would see on other maps. But whether it's going to work on Breeze is going to be a question, because it looks like it's going to be it's going to be again a mirror. Sorry, it's not going to be again a mirror lineup, because last match we did see a Killjoy and Cypher difference, but this time it's probably going to be a mirror lineup, because Easy, he's probably going to take on that role of Viper, and it's going to be Batman locking in to that Cypher. The one thing about Cypher on this map though, you would look and see that because of the huge size of the map, that camera can peek onto very very beautiful angles if kept at at optimal positions. But the fact that those tripwires are going to be rendered useless in certain times because of how big it is, this map, and you're not going to be able to cover every single corner there is. There's going to be quite a bit that goes the way of a Killjoy playing over here, because that turret not only spots out positions but also gives damage, mind you. But right now we're not going to see any of that happening, because we're going to see 2 Cyphers, 2 Reynas, 2 Vipers, 2 Jets, and 2 Sovas go at it. and they are absolutely gonna wreak havoc and give all of our viewers entertainment value to the absolute maximum. And just as we start out Breeze, I do want to tell everybody, please check out the links in the description below so that you can get the upgrades that you would want. You can get descriptions from all of WD Black as well as AMD Ryzen Radeon and get those cool upgrades for yourself. And you're gonna have as good as performance boost probably as these professional players, and you definitely are going to play a lot better. Now, thankfully, I've got my wingman back to my side. Floki is back. He had a tech issue himself, but yeah, it's been sorted out for him at the very least.
Yeah, sorted it out. Electricity, can't do much about it. Sometimes it's internet, sometimes it's electricity. But yeah, should be jumping into the game soon enough. Let's see who actually ends up taking the series. I did say that Enigma is a little bit favored, but Kuch, they did say. I mean, Kuch did seem like they had some idea of how they want to play this map because they picked a Cypher from Meow instead of the traditional Killjoy. And I do think they were also hovering over a Viper, so they seem to have some idea as to how to play it. But then again, it could just be, guys, I'm going to put the wall down, let's just rush into the site, try to claim it for ourselves. We'll see if that ends up happening, but what did I miss, Universe? Why don't you fill me in on that?
I mean, there was another bit of a tech issue that happened again. We lost again on that agent select screen. I think there's some issue with the servers of Valorant for the moment. A little bit of a glitch happening because I did see all the players lock in their agents, but unfortunately, they couldn't get into the game. But hey, now I think we should be moving in. I think the last bit of fixes are being made, and we should be getting into game as soon as possible. But for the moment, though, I do want to know your opinions on this. It was a mirror lineup that we saw. It's probably going to be again the same thing going to come in. And this time, I'm pretty sure the players are going to go straight in for those locks of those agents. And for the third time, ladies and gentlemen, third time's a charm. Never forget that. The agents have come up, and there it is. They're locking them one by one. It's going to be the same agents coming in again. Floki, what are your opinions? It's going to be the same lineup. It's going to be exactly the mirror on both these teams. What do you think? Who do you think is probably going to get an early advantage, at least in terms of the first half of the map?
I mean, I think it should be Enigma. They're the ones who pick the map, so they should have an idea of how they want to play on both sides. Let's see if they can actually do it though, because the thing about Enigma is that they might pick a map, but they might have only practiced really well for one side, and then just sort of been like, okay, have some ideas about the other, but they might not have tested it as extensively as they might have on one side, right? Even when you go to scrims, you do have some preferences. You go like, okay, we would like to start on this side, we would like to start on that side, etc., yada yada. And yeah, I mean, when you do that, you do end up making one side stronger than the other. So I'm not sure which side that is for Enigma. I hope it is the attacking side because that's where they're starting on. But yeah, let's see if they can actually pull this map together for themselves. Could be final opportunity for them to make a comeback. Let's jump into the game and see what they're going to be doing this time around to deal with the side of Enigma.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see what exactly happens on this map of Breeze. We know you've been waiting for quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen, but we are finally into this second map of Breeze. And worry not, I'm pretty sure these players are going to be putting up quite a bit of a show for all of you to see, and for all of us to see as well. And it is going to be Enigma Gaming, who are currently on attack. And this is their map pick, and they're looking like they want to go towards A. Badman is going to go up and look towards halls, and that is, I think, what he's going to believe. And it is towards the A side that we move. Ghost leading the charge along with that owl drone from Sova. Got Vexy clearing out angles, but look at this. Bond, F, and Meow are on the side. Plant will go down almost too easily, but Juven, he's going to take down easy with a beautiful shock dart coming in. Badman has been completely rendered useless by that tripwire over there. He should be getting it off as soon as he can so that He can come and help his teammates, and there it is. Look at this. That recon is going to do a lot. It's going to be Batman who comes out from the door and gets to himself. Poki's going to get one back in return, but Hika is there for his support, and he gets one back as well. And it is the first round again that looked quite similar to the previous map. A little bit of a scare coming in for the side of Enigma Gaming, but in the end, they clutch it out nonetheless, thanks to the heroics of Batman coming in from halls.
Yeah, Enigma did a spectacular job. I mean, just drop the wall, no hoots given, just go straight into the site, get that spike down. And yeah, I mean, this is about as buggish as it looks. I mean, this is the kind of strats you would see in your own Breeze game, but these guys are executing it to another level. Right, I mean, once again, look at the timing. The drone goes in, Ghost is gonna get that first kill. Oh no! 16k with the classic! What? Oh no! Ends up missing the shots and does not get the kill on Viper. That Viper is gonna be surviving for a little while longer. Ghost is gonna jump on top of that box and take out Pasha Sahil, and now Batman is playing that lurk on his team, is gonna be able to catch out Boki as well as Juven. The spike. I don't think it was planted, but that's okay. They don't really need all that money in the world. They have a bonus round to work with over here. I'm curious to see what they can do. Two very quick offense rounds from the side of Enigma.
That goes there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty quick for them, especially that second round, because, I mean, they did have the advantage of weaponry, and I would have expected a little bit more damage from Kuch, but that's okay, because they were playing with classics after all. And now, though, they have these weapons online. They've got the big guns coming out, and it's going to be Enigma who are going to be playing on that bonus round. Now, putting on that same tripwire she put on for the first round. But it's not going to matter because mid is where they're going to be hitting Poki. He has contacts from two different regions, but it's going to be him going down after taking one kill of his own. Batman gets two again. Batman is putting up a 2k for the third time. Make that a 3k. And he's going to go down to Bondef finally. And Pasha Sahil is going to get two of his own. And somehow it's going to be Kuch pull back around. And I don't quite know how that happened because Enigma quite had that round in their hands. Batman put up quite a stunning show over there as he got 3 kills, and that, as a result of which he already has his neural theft available to him. But Enigma Gaming, they fell down to Bondef and Pasha Sahil quite quickly at the very end. And I mean, it was a bonus round, wasn't it, Floki? But it's not going to matter that much. But it's going to be very, very important for them. It's going to be very important for them to keep capitalizing on this, small one round that they have put up, because it might be small for the moment. It's going to be huge in the time to come. The question is whether they're going to be able to build up upon it, because Enigma now, they have a lot of, utility. They have a lot of weaponry, and they had a lot of economy as well. Oh, Hika, he's gonna spot one, and he's gonna be focusing on him. He's not yet dead. I don't exactly know how that kill didn't go, but Easy finally confirms that Juven goes down. Mia 16k with a nasty one tap onto Easy. She's gonna get one kill for herself, but Enigma, they are of the advantage. They have 4 players alive. Make that another advantage, and another. Ghost and Enigma add on to the kill tally, and the last man standing Bondef is going to go down to God Vexy as he shuts down the last player standing, and a third round on the board for Enigma. And it is very, very good. I mean, it's looking pretty good for them so far at the very least, because they've got 3 rounds on the board. And they lost the bonus and they immediately responded back. And again, as a result of that, it's gonna be Team Kuch B who are on an eco. Sheriffs across the board, or except for 2 players, who are gonna be holding down the classic still. And it's just a desperate buy coming in from the side of Kuch B now, because Enigma, they are rounding their way through this Breeze map right now for the very first few rounds at least. And now Meow, she's left alone to define this A side, and she's gonna have players coming in from 3 different directions at the very least from doors. And it's gonna be Easy who pops her head first though. He's gonna be returning the favor from the last round, and Ghost, he has an idea that there's gonna be someone peeking out from mid, and he is right though. And so is the rest of his team. Juven goes down to 36 down due to the wall bang coming in. Batman, he's gonna tag down 1, he's gonna tag down 2, he's gonna take down both of them actually. And another 2k. This man is just putting up 2ks above 2ks, and he's just doing the work for his team. Poki, Yeah, that sheriff fight is not going to be easy for you, my friend. And you're going to keep going down to Batman, who is probably playing the Battle Cypher at this moment, I would like to say. Because quite clearly, he's leading the charge. I would like to say, I think he's already above 10 kills at the bare minimum. And he's probably died only twice. So, Batman, I know that you're having quite a day, my friend. But remember, you are playing Sentinel, and as was right, he's on 11 kills. I mean, how often do you see that happen right up in the beginning? Because I'm pretty sure he got 3 2-kill rounds, and he got 1 3-kill round. And that itself is 4 rounds where Enigma have won, except for the one where they didn't. And for the moment, it's looking like Batman is the success of their story. And Pasha Sahel not gonna get sprayed down. Poki's gonna get one back. Batman gets one though. And it's gonna be Poki. He's gonna tuck himself into this corner, and he makes the best use of it in that poison off that he's set up. He's gonna get Hika as well, who tries to lock in, but is gonna he's gonna lose his life. Ghost, he has his operator as the game has slowed down a bit, as Enigma Gaming do not have any sort of control. Batman looking to establish that control, spots out one. He tells out to his teammates. They've got one on the backside. Batman, he's gonna go down though. Pasha had a perfect idea as to where he's going to be locking up. Poki finds a third for himself, and Ghost is going to take him down finally. The menace of Poki is going to be stopped, and Ghost in a 1v3, pretty much likely, but very difficult even for his caliber. And Juven, he's going to throw out this owl drone. Enigma's Ghost is going to take down Pasha Sahil. He's peeking out towards defender side spawn, and he knows where the camera came from. He can now plant the spike without any sort of difficulties. He throws out the smoke just to be careful. And now they have an idea that he's towards back of side, but they don't know where exactly he is. And Ghost, he's making this work. He gets another one, third kill, and he brings it down to a 1v1. Shockdown tags him down barely though, and he knows where he is. 19 HP now. Ghost, one bullet and a dream. He peeks this. He needs to get this kill. Look at this weird exchange of positions. Oh my god, Ghost! What a try by the man. But Juven is going to be successful in taking him down. But Ghost definitely was an annoying little pin that was poking Kuch again and again and again as he got those kills back to back, and the plant as well. Very well tried by Enigma's Ghost over here. But it's going to be Kuch who pulled back the round on the back of Juven's last kill. He did pick up the operator, by the way, so there is the operator available on the side of Kuch. The question is, who's going to be using it? It's going to be Pasha, as we expected. The Jed is going to be upping. But the one thing that we do have to notice, ladies and gentlemen, is that their economy is not that great, because Ghost has hurt it so bad, they're forced to play on half armor, and now Pasha Sahil has to play a pretty passive role. He has to go for it. He's not going to actually play passive. He's going to go aggressive, and he's not going to get a kill though. He's going to take down that Nova drone. Juven's going to take down one. Easy goes down, and here comes the neural theft. Asha, he gets one finally. That operator doing its work, and that recon going to spot out his position. A lot of chaos happening around Pasha and Juven right now, and they need backup, and Meow is here to provide it for them. God, Vexy looking up into his sight. He wants this kill for his team. Ghost is also around the corner. He has the operator himself. And there comes the shock dart to clear out God Vexy, who's pretty low himself. One touch of that shock dart and he's probably going to die. He's not going to though, because Batman is there to support him. Pasha Sahil goes down to the Vandal of Batman. And now Juven, he has the recon, and he's not going to... Okay, he spots a 1 for the bare minimum, and he's going to take him down as well. Batman gets a third. Another 3k for him. This guy's on an absolute roll. He's causing damage, and Ghost is going to add on to that damage as he gets another one. And now in a 1v2, the plant is going to go down, and I don't think there's anything left for Poki to do. But if he clutches out this round, for sure, he's going to give his team a huge boost in terms of confidence. Okay, Poki might be possible. He's getting a lot of damage though. Ghost is just peeking him, jiggling around with those Bladestorm knives. And he's going to take him down. And that's going to be it for Kuch, at least in that round, as Enigma put up a hard-fought 5th on the board. I mean, it was quite close. They were holding it down to the wire over there, because until this very moment, until where it was Ghost jumping into that site, there was nobody else who entered that A side. They were just lingering around that A main position, and they were just waiting and waiting and waiting so that they could get those peaks and finally get an advantage as they did towards the end. And now Enigma again asserting this A dominance. Batman is lurking mid. He gets dinged up. What? Bondef, what a beautiful sheriff shot. He takes on the complete heal that the soul of Batman is gonna give him, and Meow is trying to get the replication success of what Bondef did towards that mid door side. She's gonna get spotted out though, and Easy is gonna punish her as he comes up from halls, which was protected by no one on the side of Kuch. They couldn't do anything. It's gonna be God Vexy taking down Poki as Pasha Sahil was baited out by that dash, and Hika would be taking him down. The last kill coming on from God Vexy as he takes out his twin brother, and it is going to be Enigma Gaming who put up another round on the board. 6th on the board for Enigma, 2 for Kuchbi so far, and already it is not looking too good at all. My oh my, what a set of rounds those were. And I finally again have Floki back with me. He had, I mean, electricity always an issue, but we've got him back again, ladies and gentlemen. For the moment, it is a timeout coming in from Team Kuchbi, trying to assert a little bit of thought process that is going to be going into getting these rounds back into their favors, because 6-2 is the half, already a better half than what it was in the map 1, and Kuchbi definitely need to get their ball rolling.
Yeah, they most certainly do. And over here, I mean, Kuchbi, them putting two rounds on Breeze is a lot more than I was expecting in the first half. I thought that this is going to be a whitewash from Enigma, but it definitely seems like Enigma has probably practiced their defense a bit more than their offense. And now Kuchbi, with 4 ultimates up and running, should be able to string the buy down together if they play their cards right. I mean, that Viper ult is very, very strong, just denies you access to a site completely. But it's also one of those catch-22 situations, right? Like, if you ult on a site as Viper, now the enemy team just knows that you're gonna be there, and on the other side, they're gonna know that they have a 4v5. So it's sort of self-defeating in a way. And I mean, look at this. Enigma's still gonna go forward because they know that there's a Viper all the way on B.
Oh my god.
Yeah, gets taken back, but Hika forward and finds Bond as well. And look at that, Hika just going absolutely insane. Yeah, this is looking like the round just fell flat on its face. Kuchbi, I said they have ultimates, I said they should have won, but this is the problem of the Viper. You ult way too early in the round. Now the enemy team just knows that you have the ult ready.
Meow, she could have an advantage. She has a spike in her side, but it's going to be taken away from her very quickly as Hika gets a 3rd in this round. Poki pulls one back, a potential 1v2, but he's down to 30 HP, and God Vexy is going to take off that last 30 HP of his health left as well. They're going to pick up the operator as well. It's going to be Enigma who shut down Kuchbi for the 7th time, as they have a pretty healthy lead now established, Floki. And I mean, it's definitely not a whitewash completely per se, but it is another dominant performance that is being displayed over here from Enigma.
Yeah, now once again, it's the side of Kuchbi who are going to be on to a bit of an eco over here. You can see Meow trying to experiment with those tripwires, seeing how they work. He's trying to see if there is an opportunity here for her to maybe throw a little off tripwire and catch them off guard. Oh my god, she's going to be spotted right off the bat and get taken out by Hika. Post misses 2 shots, but his teammate Hika does not. Bondef is going to find Easy. Make it a fair fight, but Hika still has number. Oh no, Bondef actually gets to kill with the sheriff and backs off, but Ghost is at the ready with that operator. It's going to even things out. And look at that, Poki is going to be getting the kill on Batman. Once again, a 3v2 situation here for the side of Kuchbi. This is about as favorable as it gets. God Vexy has the spike in his hands, and he's going to be proceeding up that A side. There's only course with the operator to defend his teammate. Let's see if he can do work with it. That recon should give him a fair bit of information, and now that stairs door being opened up is going to make him paranoid. So many angles to check, but only one operator in hand. That sound should tell him that there's one player playing there. A nice cloudburst to prevent that recon dart from giving information over. He's going to try and play around it and get a second pick off as well. And there's only a classic available in the hands of Pasha Sahil. He's trying to make it work, but Ghost is going to shut him down. Great attempt from the side of Kuchbi, taking away a lot of weaponry from Enigma's hands, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because their economy is rock solid and they should be able to buy again.
Yeah, absolutely. They should have enough money to buy again, especially because Ghost is just, I mean, what more do you expect from this guy? What more would you want from this guy, Floki? Because he's just performing out of his mind. I mean, it was Batman who was leading the charge when now Ghost has caught up himself, right? And look at he's got a 5 KDA at the moment. 5. That's not pretty normal if you're a Valorant player. I mean, it is completely out of the blue because if you see a 5 KDA come out at the very end, Ghost has put up quite a bit of performance. But look at this. It's like Batman and Ghost are competing with each other for these kills. And it's gonna be him leading for the moment. Hika's gonna get another though. He's not too far behind. He gets one. It's gonna be Bondev to pick up 2, but that's all he's gonna get. He's doing a lot of work for his team because Bondev has been getting those kills again and again, Floki, but his team is not able to capitalize upon his successes and they're just falling apart. And he needs the support from his team to get this, this match up and going. Okay, he's gonna find one. Pass is gonna find another, and they somehow brought it back to a 2v1 with leaving God Vexy alone. He will have his recon available in just about 10 seconds, but he needs to hold himself out. But here comes a flank. Oh boy, Pokey, you need to peek out. Okay, he gets the sound and he gets the kill as well. Okay, finds the back of his head, and it's gonna be Kuch finally have a response after the 2 rounds that they had put up initially earlier in this half. And with that, Enigma, they are not going to be getting at least the bare minimum of what they got the last map. 10-2 was the half they shut it down, but this time it is not going to be the case as Kuch have something on the board to work with, Floki, don't you think so?
Yeah, they certainly do this time around. I mean, even if they manage to make it an 8-4 half, they're going to be very, very happy. 8-4 is a lot better than 10-2, and you can potentially end up recovering if you do win that. You do end up winning that pistol round. So we'll see if they manage to do that. Meow 16K changing her cipher setups like every good cipher should, time and time again. And that's what really is, been sort of the unsung hero as well. At least the last round I saw, Bondev got one of those kills because the tripwire from Meow actually ended up catching one of them. And now you can see God Vexy trying to scout things out, but that Lear just prevents him, the drone from getting any information whatsoever. And Hiccup basically has to go into the side blind in a way. Pasasal ends up picking up Ghost. Pokey is also going to go down. Hiccup is going to be spotted with that tripwire, but fortunately did not die. That recon dart covering his retreat, and now they are going to have that poison ult at the ready to just make sure they at least get the plant down. Meow spamming through that ult, might be able to find a kill, but it's Bondev who ends up picking off Hiccup. And now Juwin with that Sova ult. Didn't really tag up anyone. Easy trying to get that spike down. Does eat a few bullets, but is gonna live to tell the tale. But still, a 2v5 situation is gonna be hard. Easy somehow spans through the smoke, gets a kill himself. Oh no, that recon dart's gonna reveal his position. As Meow's gonna find him, and that's that. Kuch put that 4th round on both of themselves on defense. And they will make this a 4-8 half at the very least.
That shot from Easy was just I don't even know if he saw Bondev over there, but he quite literally just tapped one bullet and he found his head.
Yeah. Great stuff, either.
Yeah, I mean, fairly, his name is Easy and should be pretty easy for him. But that was just out of the blue. And it's gonna be Enigma, who for the moment have a very comfortable lead of 4 rounds at the very least though. Not what they would have hoped, not what they would have expected, but it is something that is in their favor. Badman, a Ghost and Hika are putting on quite a show as God Vexy and Easy are supporting them. But on the other side of things though, it is a pretty even performance coming in from Kuch. It is gonna be a lot more for them to do, because if they want to pull this back to 8-8 at the very minimum, they need to get this pistol round up and going. And Batman, he's gonna spot out one. He knows where these guys are coming. He gets spotted out himself. And now he has a camera to his support. He's gonna spot one. He knows all of them are here. And look at the way he's playing around with them. He gets one. Okay, Batman going for another. Yes, he will. How is he alive? And finally he goes down. Yuven gets the kill onto him. And now it's gonna be God Vexy who's coming here to support him. His shock dart should be doing a little bit of damage. Not too much though. Meow will find the head of one. Ghost finds one return. Meow goes down. Enigma Gaming, who have the advantage for the moment in terms of man. Not too great on HP on the side of Hikka though. But all he needs is one kill. And he will be able to get that heal. Vexy is gonna add on to that tally. Pokey is going to trade back in the form of Ghost, and now both of these players are
enemy
low.
remaining.
Pokey is low himself as well. Now it's going to be battle of just one bullet. Who gets to hit that first bullet on the body of either side? Hika on 16. There comes the Viper's poison. And now Hika. Both of them are
30
missing a
seconds
lot
left.
of shots over here. Pokey. 1v1, pretty close. Oh no, Hika. Yeah, he's going to go down. He's looking at the wrong angle. And Pokey is just going to capitalize upon that as he gets a 3k himself. And it's going to be Kuch who pick up the pistol. And maybe a potential opportunity for a comeback as well.
Yeah, great pistol round from the side of Kuch. Them being able to pull that one means that they will get another free round in the bag as long as the side of Enigma don't force buy. But it does seem that they are keen on buying those marshals at the very least. Maybe catch the side of Team Kuch a little bit off guard over here. Could certainly do so, but they are up against heavy shields, so they're not going to be one-hit kills. They're going to need to get those headshots in. And there you go. It's going to be a B-take coming in from the side of Kuch, and Pasasal is going to find that first kill on Badman, win that Marshall duel. And now, 5 players sprawling out onto the side. No fear whatsoever. Just one player watching the backstab, making sure that there's no one doing any cheeky takes whatsoever. Godbexy peeks out, does a little bit of damage, gets shot in the head. And now he's under 34 HP. June and Meow are going to find 1 kill each. And now it's all down to Easy. Godbexy. Easy will find one. Teammate's going to go down, but that's going to be that. And yeah, Enigma, not much they could have done in that situation. Very crucial round for Kuch to win. Now they are up on this buy round. The thing is, if they don't end up winning this one, the momentum can be stolen back from Enigma. But yeah, at the same time, if you do end up playing this as a bonus, I mean, sure, like, I mean, if you win, it's really good for you. But if you don't, then I don't even think it's going to be possible for them to make it close, right? Because with Spectres, you're going to go all in. You're going to try to go for those close range fights. And if you don't succeed, well, it's going to be shut down. There's just going to be one Phantom on the side of Team Kuch, and that's going to be in the hands of Pokey, who's the controller. So for all intents and purposes, this is going to be a hard one for the side of Kuch over here to play with those Spectres. Pretty much means that they are going to be rushing that B site once again, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, they have to play in close corners, right? Because of the range of this map. You're just going to have to... Those bullets are not going to be flying across and causing headshots that cause immediate deaths. You need to put at least a minimum of 2 because of, the 20-30 meter engagements that you're going to be taking with the opponents. And that's not going to be easy with the Spectres that you have in your hand. Because on the other side, you've got Vandals across the board. And those have the one-tap potentials that are enough to stop this push coming in. And all Enigma need to do to hold on to this lead of theirs and win this round is to take those long range fights and not let these guys come anywhere close to them. And there was a small little pause, but it has been taken off as well. And as we move in, it's probably looking like a B rush coming in from the side of Kuch. They are treading slowly for the moment, and Godvexy is ready with his shock dart as well. As soon as he hears that B main push, it's gonna be him throwing in that. Look like this tripwire is gonna get Pasha Sahil, but he's gonna take it down. And there it is, that long range potential doing its work. Godvexy getting a 3-4K for himself. Badman and Enigma adding on to that, and it's gonna be Enigma who quite literally shut this down almost instantaneously. I don't even think anybody from Kuch expected anything at all, because I mean, look at this. It was just one after one after one, a headshot, and everybody just tumbled down like bowling pins along the alley. Sorry, what?
Yeah. I mean, look at it's partially the setup from Badman as well. Those Cypher cages and tripwires are so good, and he's changing those positions up every single time, so you never know where they're gonna pop up. And this is what we talked about, I mean, Enigma, they're either gonna win this round very quickly or they're gonna lose it. The spike's gonna go down and those Spectres will reign supreme. But now they have a proper buy here on the side of Team Kuch. 4 rifles across the board, Vandals and Phantoms to work with. Nick's gonna scout things out. Gets a little greedy, but it is going to be, supported by Godvexy, so they do end up making it even.
Oh my god.
Goes forward and gets the shot with the classic and picks up the Vandal. Oh my god. Yeah, that was... I mean, that must be feeling bad. There's no way you feel good after getting 3-shotted by a classic. That's... yeah, it's probably one of the worst feelings in the world after getting 1-tapped by a sheriff when you have an operator in your hands.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really, when Enigma Gaming are showing that dominance where they're pushing up mid, they're pushing up halls, they're pushing up B, and they're pushing up A, they're just not afraid to take those fights because they know that you're on the back lines and they know that you will be afraid to take those fights. And Kuch B are just letting them do that for the moment. Look at this again. Ghost. He's going again for that halls push. He's not afraid at all, and because of a reason of that, it's gonna be Meow who's gonna put down a tripwire over there. And here comes the push in from the side of Kuch B. As the Viper Split does go down, easy, he's inside that Viper Split and he's gonna get punished by Pasha Sahil for staying in there for too long. Hika, he locks in himself. He probably might just find the planter. No, he finds one. No, he's not gonna find one. Poki will take him down as he turns around. Pasha will find Ghost coming on the flank. And that's gonna probably be it, as in a 2v3. Batman, I don't quite know what he can do. Vexy does take down the Viper. Batman, he just does no. Bondev's gonna take him down. God, Vexy, last man standing. He knows, okay, he knows there's gonna be another one. Pasha Sahil with the knives out there. And he's got a lot of angles to worry about. Pasha Sahil, though, is gonna put him out of his worries as he gets him only with one knife to the head and gives him one angle to see, which is gonna be the angle of his death. Kuch B put up a 7th on the board, and I want to still say that there is quite a bit of determination coming from their side to win out this second map, Floki, and I want to be optimistic for them, and I might just think that they might get this comeback going all the way.
They could, I mean, they could, but they still have one more buy round that they need to deal with on the side of Enigma. If they break this round, they have a very real chance of pulling this game back. But once again, the setups from Batman on that B side are just so good every single time. I mean, there's no way on earth you can push in and just, hope to walk into a 3 side. It's never gonna happen. And look at that. They're gonna throw down 2 layers. Batman is instead just gonna be playing off of this. Batman gets 1 kill, spots out the other, survives. The operator does not get him. Ends up being revealed. He has the cages and the tripwire at the ready. Tripwire is going to be triggered and he's going to get the kill. Ghost actually finds him through the wall. Easy shuts down another, and this push has fallen apart completely from the side of Kuch B. It's just going to be Meow 16k who's watching the flank. Maybe he gets 1 kill. Nope. Even that's going to be denied as Easy finds him. Her, actually.
Yeah, I don't exactly, I would have expected this. Ghost was just an amazing beast with that operator. He gets beautiful 2 kills over there in the very beginning of the round itself. And Meow, I mean, she could have probably got this kill onto Easy, but Easy was just too quick with that Phantom, and she just had to give up her life over there. And as a result, it's going to be Enigma on 11 rounds now, Floki, and it is going to be a very, very, a stringent buy coming in because they're desperate for these rounds. There are, rifles across the board, but there is one Marshall on the side of Pasha Sahil, I believe, who needs to get those initial picks for his team, but it's actually going to be, Juven is going to try to do that. He stacks one, but he's not going to be able to find that kill. And it's going to be Ghost instead, who gets the first initial contact and the kill as well. He finds Pasha Sahil. He's going to take him down with that operator. Poki, he is towards halls. As soon as he gives out that door handle to open that door, he's going to give it a push. But Easy, I don't know how he spotted out Bondev over there, but he got that kill anyway. Bondev, not in the most opportune of positions. And Easy's just gonna add on to this little tally of kills that he's got because my oh my, this guy is doing so much work for his team. Juven down to 26, goes down as well. Poki is on the back lines of the team. Batman's gonna go down definitely, holding the camera out in his hands and then goes out with a knife in his hands, and he's gonna run to his death. Poki's gonna feed him that, but I think that's all he's gonna find. No, he's gonna find one more actually. Ika goes down. 2v1. Believers are all they need in this game, and Poki should be one if he wants to get this round, but that's not going to be allowed because Ghost is going to get his 3rd and take him down as Enigma set up match point for themselves. And as much as I was believing Floki, I think it's slowly slipping away from Kuch B.
Yeah, and Kuch B don't have a buy again because they bought some marshals and sheriffs in the previous round. They don't have money to buy in this one. Maybe if they got the spike down, they would have some extra money, but now they just gonna be working with Bulldogs, Guardians, Spectres at best, and there you go. Pasha Sahil's gonna pick up the single rifle on the side of Kuch B so far. Bondev's gonna get the other one. It's gonna be a Bulldog with light shields for him. Now, if they end up finding 1 kill, they could make life a little bit easier, but where are they gonna find that 1 kill? Once again, they're gonna wall up B, throw the drone in, and there you go. The dash comes in from Pasha Sahel. No fear whatsoever. The fire is being triggered, but can Pasha Sahel find the first kill? Yes, he can. Upgrades to a Vandal. The operator did not do all that work for Coast that he was expecting it to at least get him one kill, but so far, they haven't found any. But easy. Oh my god, gets two. Bonder pulls it back, but it's still a 3v3 situation here. Hika on the arena might not check the position of Cypher. Could get taken out. And there you go. Fear is gonna find him. And that new 10's gonna come through. Bonder's gonna find another Jew and picks up God Vexy. And somehow Kuch keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, another round for them to survive, another round for them to live, to tell the tale of this matchup against Enigma, which has been dictated and has been directed so far by Enigma. They are playing in their cameo roles as they've got 8 rounds on the board, but if they want to be the co-stars in this, they need to pull up that 12th round, which is not going to be easy because for the moment, it is Enigma's film that is running over here, and they are the villain for the side of Kuch B. Kuch B this time trying something different, and Easy's gonna do something different himself. He's gonna pop out the Viper Spit right up in the mouth of A main. Bondev choosing to go inside it, and he's gonna take down Easy somehow. That recon, I mean that Sova Owl drone is gonna spot him out, and that's gonna be a little bit of an opening that Kuch B have got for themselves, but they're choosing otherwise. Badman. Oh boy, this could be huge. Badman definitely going to be hearing all of this sound. Pokey is going to be coming, timing at the Ascent, and he's going to not get that kill. He turns around and tags down Pokey though, but it's going to be only one bullet that goes into his body. And now Ghost is left all alone to get this B side defending, but he's not going to be able to do anything. He gets revealed. It's going to be Hika finding one in return though. 4v3. Kuch B have the advantage still, and they do have the Viper Spit available as well. Pokey can pop it up whenever he wants, but that recon is going to spot out 2. Ghost trying to get one more. Misses a second shot. And here comes the Viper Spit. He's going to try to give himself some cover, but God Vexy is going to take down Juven. Hika, he has a very good position over here, but he's going to be taken down. Pokey knows that he's going to be coming over there. And Ghost gets 2 of his own. And now look at this. It's going to be 1v1. It's the Jet versus the Jet. Operator versus the Operator. Gonna be Ghost who wins it. No, he has the Vandal actually. He's gonna try to tap it out. He's gonna go for the defuse, but Pasha, he's gonna just take him out with the classic. And Kuch B put up a 9th on the board as they inch closer and closer to bring it to double digits at the very minimum. Kuch B, they are finally showing some sort of stringing, a string of good plays coming in from them. I mean, it was going back and forth. Ghost was putting up a lot of effort, but Kuch B, they pull up another round, and I mean, this still could go either way.
Yeah, it certainly could. I mean, now they are going to be on a bit of an eco Enigma. They're not going to have money to buy up rifles. It seems they're going to play with one in the hands of God Vexy, but that's going to be about it. And everyone else is going to be on light weaponry. Pokey is going to get that first kill on God Vexy to open things up. Hika with the Sheriff going to take out the Owl drone, but does get spotted in return. Ghost is going to find Pokey and upgrade to a Vandal. That is big. I mean, if he can maybe push on and get some more kills, he could end up doing something here. But Pasha Sahel is going to shut those dreams down as he gets the kill on Easy. And now Hika, nothing but a Sheriff in his hands, is waiting for the push to come in from Pasha Sahel. But Pasha Sahel is very disciplined. He knows that there is no need to peek, especially in a Nico round. And there you go, Meow 16k is going to pick up Coast. Hika gets 1, but at the end of the day, it's not enough to get the round. Quick eco from them. They do end up taking away 2 weapons from the enemy team. But the economy is doing fine. They have money to buy again along with heavy shield, so they're going to be doing just fine. On the side of Enigma though, no money for the Operator, unless... Okay, they do have money for the Operator. One of the players had money for the Operator, so they ended up dropping it to Ghost, and Ghost ended up dropping the Vandal to the other. But yeah, Enigma, if they lose this round, we're going to overtime, universe, and that's where the fun lies.
Absolutely. Overtime, especially on this map of Breeze, is going to be absolutely crazy. But for the moment, it's going to be in the hands of Kuch B if they want to take us that far and probably do a 3rd map. Enigma, it's their job to stop them. For the moment, it's going to be God Vexy. It's going to try to do it, but it's going to be Yuvan and Pokey who are going to be doing the work for their team over here. They get 3 of their own. And Pasha's just going to get one more. Easy with the Operator, not the usual sight that you see. Will get one. He gets tagged down by that Sova drone, and he's going to go all the way back towards A. But look at this. All 3 players of Kuch are chasing him down. Yuven is gonna listen to all of the sound and he's gonna be telling his teammates, yeah, he's up there. We're gonna just go all the way towards A main and we're gonna get his head right off. No operator, nothing doing for Ghost or for Easy. And Easy, he has an idea. He gets saved. He's gonna jump to safety, 11 HP, but he's got Pokey right on his back. Gonna be Kuch pull back 11, and to the last round we go, Floki. How is this working for them? I have no idea, but Kuch are putting on quite a show now. Overtime looking very, very likely because I do not think that Enigma have a buy that is gonna sustain them a victory. They are gonna have not much utility working their way. Like you can see, they do not even have armor on two of their players. Hika and Ghost are gonna be playing without armor. They're gonna be having two Vandals instead, and they're gonna have to rely on their raw aim. And Easy has a Spectre, he has armor, he has utility, but holding on to that A side is gonna be very difficult for him. Three players are lurking around there as two are towards the side of B for Kuch. And Badman would have heard this, and now Kuch, they have the entire map to play, but no. Yuven, he takes down Easy, and now it's just Kuch who have an entire playground to play with, and they are capable of getting this to an overtime.
Yeah, I mean, Hika's gonna be all alone on this side. He does have two sucks at the ready, and he should be able to get the end those kills, but that's not gonna happen. Pasha Sal's gonna get that kill. Now Joe with the recon that's gonna go forward. He's gonna find a second kill as well. We are gonna be going to overtime unless Godvexy as well as Badman can do something about it. I'm gonna have a lot of room to work with. Only Bulldogs in their hands at best, and Godvexy is gonna throw out that recon to maybe scout someone, but he's not gonna be able to do so. Pokey is gonna get those kills. Ladies and gentlemen, on the second map of the day, we are going to be going to overtime. Kuch have not said die just yet, but a side switch coming through. And Enigma were looking pretty great on that offense.
Yeah, absolutely they were, and they definitely must be kicking themselves, Loki, because they gave up a pretty huge lead. They were 8-4 up, they went up 11, they came up to 12, they were 12-7, I believe, and it all just went downhill for them after that. They lost so many rounds in continuously, although their players were getting those frags, and now they are forced to play towards on to overtime. Ghost and Pasha both have operators with no armor and minimal utility. But, I mean, hey, if it works out for them, it's good for either one. Here comes the Sova Owl drone. Bondaev gonna be throwing out a flash just to counter it. Yuven going to find information for himself. And there comes the Viper's poison. Yuven gonna be tagged down a little, and that Sova recon not gonna do much, and a lot of utility being exchanged over here. Lot of damage being done for both sides, but the site has not been breached yet. There's a headshot that did come in, and there is going to be Enigma Badman and Meow who are going to be trading blows. Easy finds another, and now it is an advantage for Enigma Gaming as they are having the plant going down, and they have a little bit more room to work with as well. Meow towards the door position as Pasha is pushing up, and she's there to support him. But Pasha, he needs to get this first initial peek. They're counting on him to get this peek. He knows where they are, but he's scared to peek with that A main being open. That Cloudburst is going to go down any minute, but no! Asha gets that kill. Meow and Poki chime in, and just like we talk about it, it's going to be Kuch who are in the lead again after a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. And they look like they want to pull it all the way to a map number 3 on buy. They are not letting this go easy.
Switching sides.
Yeah, they most certainly are not. Great stuff here from the side of Kuch pulling this map back, and just one round away from victory. They're so close, they can't smell it. They just want to hammer the final nails in the coffin and send Enigma packing. I mean, if they win this one, they are going to be moving on to Bind, where we will see them playing out the decider. But man, what a game this has been so far. A map we were expecting Enigma to win because, well, it was their pick, but it doesn't seem to be happening. And now, once again, they're going to be on defense. And Enigma weren't looking too great when they were playing that defense.
Yeah, I mean, you would, like you said, look, you would expected them to win, but I think it kind of came to bite them back in their own butt because clearly they would have tried to throw Coach B off guard by getting this pick of Breeze, but so far, I mean, it did work out for them for quite a bit, but after that, it just all started going downhill, and so much downhill route in front of them that Coach B have finally overtaken them into overtime. 13 to 12 leading for the moment, and a B site hold so far right outside that beam in position. No sound given yet, but Batman is holding down that angle. But the one thing is, which is very scary, is that he is still watching his cam, and they could rush in any moment. And there it is. He's gonna be alone over here though. He's the last man of defense on B, only man of defense on B. He has a support coming in, but it's not gonna be the case. Okay, he gets one. He has his support available. He comes in, but Pasha and Meow get two of their own. Vexy and Ghost both go down. And Batman gets one. He taps another head. Batman doing the work for his team. And he throws in the neural step before he goes down as well. Easy. Will make use of that, and he takes down Meow. And Pasha Sahil. Last man left. 14 HP, no spike, no time, nothing to work with. He goes down, Hika brings it back, and Batman, the hero of Enigma, for that very round. I mean, before he did, that was the most impressive thing, right? Look at this. He got that one, and then he's waiting for these guys to push in, right? And the minute they push in, he's gonna get that second. And before he dies out from that third, he's gonna... he gets a third as well, sorry. And before he does with Pasha Sahil, he throws in that neural theft so that his team can work upon it.
Yeah, I mean, even if he just got that two, that would have been amazing. But he got the third and threw in the neural theft before he died. And before his hat could be thrown, I mean, the neural theft still went off. So they ended up getting the information, the animation, not really necessary to... for the ability to come through, as I've learned now. But Enigma once again on offense. Let's see if they can pull this round together. Gonna be a hard one for sure. They're gonna start things off with the Leo. Bondef gonna throw one back off his own. And they have scouted out June's position. Shockouts could be coming in that area, but Hika's gonna be tagged up by the drone. Gonna be standing for the meantime, not be pushing forward. The tripwire revealing positions, and Bondef and June trying to get a kill. Hika answers back to get one, but still, that advantage for the side of Kuch. But Ghost is gonna pull it back, making it even 3 again. Hika gets the spam through that box. Picks up Bondef, and now in a 3v4 situation, Pasha Sahil has an operator, and it's only going to be him and Pokey trying to retake this. Gonna be a hard one for sure, because Pokey probably not on the best agent to pull this one back. Already committed the wall as well. Okay, no, he does have the poison orb, so that's going to be working in his favor, but apart from that, it's going to be a little hard for him to pull this one back.
Yeah, definitely. And now it's gonna be Ghost who's on the close corner. He finds Pasha Sahil completely unaware. Pokey will trade back, but he has a lot of work to do over here, and not a lot of time as well, as the spike is ticking down. He needs to rush in. It's gonna be Hika. Okay, Hika. He goes down actually. Pokey's gonna get tagged down. He's gonna stick the defuse. He's waiting, but it's gonna be Batman who pulls it back. Played to perfection by Batman over there as a true sentinel to his word. He holds it down, he wants his information, and he waits so that he can get his team the victory instead of losing his life. And Enigma Gaming a little bit scared that they got from Pokey, but it was completely shut down by Batman over there. What a play from them, and now they have the advantage. It is a ball being played into the court of Kuch B, and they need to respond back. Question is whether they're going to be able to do so.
They don't come at the wall straight off this time. They're going to get into a more aggressive position, and now they're going to go in straight up. Batman once again tasked with holding the side down. Let's see if he's going to be successful. The Leos come and Pasha instant dash and no fear whatsoever, trying to catch Batman, who was revealed. But Batman shows his shoulder, backs off, and there you go. He's going to be shocked out at all, but he's still holding it down, and his teammates are starting to come in. The rotations are here. Batman keeps her at the worst possible time.
God.
On the side of Kuch gets 2 kills, but Kuch pull it back, make it a 3v1 somehow. And now Easy's the only member still standing. 2 snake bites available, but this is going to be a hard one for him to pull back.
Yeah, definitely is. And I think he's also been spotted out now by that Cypher Cam from Meow. And there it is. It's going to be another tag coming on to him from the side of Juven. And that camera, he's going to get Okay, that's a lot of information on one person's position because I mean he is standing in quite literally in the same position. But easy now, he is not gonna be easy for him. And yeah, Pasha Sar is just gonna shut him down as soon as he enters that tunnel position. And it's gonna be Kuch B who pull back round number 14 for themselves. And back on square one we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is going back and forth. Both of these teams are playing a brilliant game of cat and mouse, where one is being the cat and one is being the mouse, and then the roles are immediately being switched again.
Third overtime. Third overtime. Wasn't expecting to say that, but yeah, we have come to this now, and I'm curious to see if Enigma can pull together that same offense again. They've pretty much been doing the same thing over and over, and it has worked for them. But this time around, Bondef is going to play a little bit aggressively. Maybe that drone doesn't scout on his position, which is going to be destroyed. But Bondef gives away his position, and he is going to be able to find the first kill regardless and get that dismiss back to safety. He's going to get his way. Ruin chimes in. He's going to be able to shut him down. 4v3 situation now. And Team Enigma, with only 3 players alive, don't really have the positioning on the map to make a move elsewhere. They're going to have to rotate all the way back from spawn. But look at Batman.
No way. And look at the other side. Oh my god, it's gonna be Pokey who's gonna be completely in a very good position for his team to get another kill. And now this weird exchange of position. Look at this. What is happening, Floki? I don't really understand. Oh my god, Meow, she misses out on Batman's timing. He's gonna find one because Meow just went towards that mid position and she did not see Batman in that corner because she saw her teammate go past. And Batman making the most of his position over here. Ghost has the spike, needs to go towards the bomb side. He's gonna get ahead. Meow 16K is gonna feed it to him. And Yuven, last man standing, he is coming on the flank. Ghost needs to be careful. He takes down one though. Batman caught out with the camera in his hand. And now Ghost is tucked himself to safety. He tags down Yuven, but not a lot of damage. Shock dart coming in, not gonna do anything though. Yuven, he has an idea. He knows that he's there. Ghost, look at this roundabout, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very, very crucial round. It's going to be Yuven who gets a 3K and the round. Positional advantage, timing advantage, and everything goes in the favor of Yuven. And he pulls out round number 15 for Kuch B. What a game we have on our hands here, Floki. I'm completely entertained by this, and I'm pretty sure our viewers should be as well.
Yeah, I mean, Kuch B somehow coming back from the grave. As the coffin was being closed on them, they stick one of their hands out, say, no, I'm still alive and I'm gonna fight. And boy, are they fighting. About to win this match on map point, and they are going to be on defense. Oh no, sorry, offense. And yeah, their offense has always been looking stellar. I mean, time and time again, whether it's the B takes or it's just them rushing in every single time, they've just been on point. Meow. Late towards falls. Oh no, it's actually just to place a tripwire down to prevent the enemy team from getting a good backstab going. Easy. Does move through the wall, so did take a little bit of DK damage, but it's going to be revealed from the recon wall. But Ghost Warden gets the peak anyway. Enigma gets 3 kills off the bat. Now it's all down to Pokey and Meow. I don't think Pokey is in a good enough position to clutch this one out. Easy. Pokey, I think he might have left his PC, and Meow is also going to be found. As Enigma take it to a 4th overtime.
Yeah, back and forth we go again. It's just like we take 2 steps forward and we take 2 steps back, right again. I mean, we're just going back and forth so many times, and like you said, 4th overtime. Did not expect this. Honestly, Floki, I had no idea that this is going to be the case in Breeze, because Enigma, they could have shut it down, and they could have shut it down quite vigorously in that second half of play. 12-7, they had the lead, and they blew it all the way now to 15-15. Enigma trying to fight to shut it down as soon as possible, but it's not being given to them easily. Bondef, he knows that they're coming up to above him. He knows that they're coming up beside him. And here it is. Ghost, Batman towards this position on doors. They have an advantage. Spike goes down, and it's going to be Enigma who at the very minimum have something working in their favor, but it is a 5v5 retake, mind you, and it's gonna be Pasha Sahil who gets one, goes immediately trading back, Easy getting another, and it's gonna be trades going back and forth. 2v2 situation, and it is a Viper split that comes in for the side of Enigma. And
player
now
standing.
they got Vexy. He gets another kill. Looking very likely. It's gonna be 16 for Enigma Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Another lead that goes towards the side of the opponent team as it's going back and forth in
Switching
terms of a
sides.
lead as well.
Match
It was first
point.
Enigma who took lead, then it was Kuch who took lead, and it was again Kuch who took lead, and they came back to Enigma.
Yeah, it's a constant tug of war between these two teams, and Enigma, they're slowly but surely starting to come out on top of it. They're once again gonna do their signature B take, Kuch B, but Badman is gonna have a setup ready for it. I don't see any tripwires being placed. He's gonna place them now, and he's just gonna play off of his camera. I think he placed the other tripwire elsewhere towards halls. Yep, he did. So that's just to make sure that the enemy team can't do what he did to the side of Kuch B, but Bashasal gonna dash and instantly gonna miss his updraft, but oh no, the enemy player is updrafting into a Batman's gonna find one kill though. All this push for a little bit longer, but Bondev is gonna get the return, and now once again a 2v3 situation for Enigma as Meow 16k is gonna provide cover. It's gonna be going to another overtime it seems, unless
Spike
Easy has something to
planted.
say about it. Nika
Last player
is
standing.
not gonna be able to get the kill. Bondev gets the better of him. The Empress at the ready, and Easy. Yeah, he's gonna be in a world of trouble over here. The positioning's not the best though. They could just double peek him. Easy, he's gonna spot one out, and there you go. He is gonna be taken out. We are once again gonna be going to our first, second, third, fourth, fifth overtime
Switching
of the game
sides.
between
Overtime.
Enigma and Kuch B. Man, Kuch B, I mean, we know this is the final game for them, and they are trying so hard to make sure that they don't drown with the ship. Boy, it seems that Enigma have just been time and time again just been in the spot where they win one and they somehow able to break through their defense on B, and they can't do much. That second tripwire that Badman often places towards halls doesn't really come a fuse, but it does give them some peace of mind. Now Hiccup is going to be leading the charge, but it's going to be shut down by Bondev, who gets the dismiss and moves back to safety, but Ghost is there to get the trade. Bashasal is going to pick him up though. Now, he's going to be taken out, and what? Vexy's going to chime in as well. Forky tries to get the return kill, will succeed, but still a 2v2 situation here. And he walks back into the shock dart, so he's down to 30. And once again, that Viper ult ready. I don't know how Enigma do it time and time again here, Universe.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Easy, I don't exactly know what he's waiting for. He hasn't popped the ult yet.
Okay, no, it's a visual bug. The ult is actually not available on Easy.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's okay. Guys, please don't be fooled. It's gonna be no ultimate available. He needs one kill, and now it is there. Now we have the ultimate available, but I don't think he's gonna be needing it because he's gonna easily take down the last two players left, and yeah, it's a post-round thing. He's gonna pop it now, and he's probably looking to kill himself.
Match point.
Okay, it's okay, Easy. I know it's going for a lot of overtimes, but do not get stressed, my friend. It is all worth it if by the end of it you get that victory.
Most certainly is, and I mean, look at Enigma. They've been doing so well time and time again, but for some reason when it comes to defense, they just are unable to do so. Once again, Batman's gonna be playing towards B. This time he'll have God Vexy to help him out, and I think this time the side of Team Kuch B are gonna catch them off guard because they're making their move towards A. So God Vexy, that support that he was providing to his teammate is not gonna be all that great. And you can see a much slower approach this time from Kuch B. They want to draw out the rotations. They want to confuse the side of Team Enigma. Throw in a wrench here and there maybe in the plans to just make sure they don't know at what time they're gonna hit. But the owl's gonna go out, and that is gonna give them information. The Viper wall is a cheeky one though. It's gonna be hard to peek out from this, but their own Viper wall does give them fair amount of cover. On that, still through that wall is gonna find the kill. Pokey ends up picking up Easy though.
Spike planted.
And Heka still on site, waiting to get that first kill. Nice recon dart. It's gonna reveal multiple players, and Godvex is gonna find Meow 16k on the back of that. A fair 4v4, but it's not a very healthy partner on the side of
Oh my
Kuch B,
god.
and another kill by Bondev, just being able to dismiss right out of that poison orb and stay alive. Oh boy. Enigma.
This is gonna go again, isn't it?
No, they're gonna stick the defuse this time. He's gonna
Boy.
half.
Oh boy. No way. No way is it happening. Oh my god.
So close.
0.19 seconds. Are you kidding me?
Switching sides.
It doesn't get closer than
Overtime.
that.
Yeah, it surely doesn't. Great stuff here once again from Team Kuch to pull it back. 6th overtime on board. Ah boy. It just does not stop delivering this match.
You know
Time
what,
and
Floki?
time again.
You know what, Floki? I think these players are having, a little bit of a goal, I presume. What if they're going for the world record of the most overtimes played in Valorant? Because I'm pretty sure we're getting closer and closer to that number as we're moving ahead into this.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost become a rhythm at this point. This time around, the Enigma are gonna switch things up, gonna come in from that middle area, but Meow's gonna shut down to it. Bondef is gonna find Ghost as well.
That is
That
nasty.
is nasty indeed. And Meow is gonna get the 4K for herself.
And a
Team
flawless.
Kuch shut them down. Yeah, flawless round here for the side of
Switching
Kuch. We know that it
sides.
really matters, but still,
Match point.
it's good to just have that, extra little shiny medal on your chest and be like, yeah, I did that. We got a flawless round.
Yeah,
Into a
absolutely.
big advantage, but great stuff nonetheless.
Absolutely, Meow was the star of that round for her team at the showing up with 4 kills of her own, and now Enigma, are they gonna go back again to pull it back to 18-18? Because it looks very likely, and it should be, as you said, a rhythm that we should be following, unless Kuch B pull something out of the bag. They're going again towards this B side. Another B hit, another time. And here comes the recon. And it's gonna be one spotted out, but Hika's gonna get the kill. Godvexy finds another. Godvexy finds 3. What? And it's gonna be probably a flawless that goes in the other way.
Yeah, it's only gonna be Meow surviving once again. She got a 4K the last time around. Is only gonna find 1 this time as Hika shuts her down. And Pokey
I don't know.
in all chat asking if
Switching
they
sides.
can draw.
Overtime.
Yeah, but there's an XT. You can't draw. You have to play these overtimes. Until we find overtime, you're not going anywhere, Pokey. So buckle down, son. Get something to eat for yourself because we are not moving from our chairs until one of you guys can finish this match.
Yeah, this is an ultimate war that is being raging. It's about, at this point, I just think, because you look at both of these teams, right? You would expect that if at least one team wins the one round, you would think that, okay, they have some sort of a momentum. But when they go on to the other side, it's completely broken down. It's completely shut down. And they have absolutely no response. Like, there was a flawless come in. I mean, they were like, okay, guys, yeah, all 5 of us survived. Flawless, okay, let's go. And then they immediately got down by 4 of their players just going down one by one in just a matter of 3-4 seconds. And for the moment, it's gonna be the B side that's looking more likely to hit. Pasha gets one. Oh, Pokey, good positioning. Pasha gets another. Pokey could find another one, but he's not finding anything. Information, but he's gonna go down. Pokey, he gets destroyed for his patience. Godvexy will take him down. And now it's gonna be Yuven who's on the other side of this wall. There is an advantage for Kuch B, but Enigma Gaming, they need to pull these kills back into their favor. Hika knows where one is. He knows probably where 2 others are as well towards both of these positions because he knows that there's nobody flank for sure. The spike hasn't gone down yet either. It's on the hands of Godvexy and he hasn't planted it. He's looking and peeking, jumping around just to see. And he was actually waiting for this orb to pop out from the side of Easy. And those shock darts, oh boy, they're gonna hit him hard and they're gonna damage him quite a bit actually. And now it's time for Hika to show up. He needs to get these kills. He spots out Pasha Sahil. He knows that they're pushing up close. He gets one. He takes the heal. And now it's going to be him who easy. He gets another. Hika pops up. Another one. And it's going to be working for them. Godvexy pulls out of nowhere. Enigma are rewarded for their patience.
Switching
and
sides. Match
Easy.
point.
My man, why are you so obsessed with killing yourself?
I think he wants the game to end as much as we do, and this is him saying that, guys, can we just finish this? Can we just get done already? I mean, Enigma, once again, they pull this round on wood, but it is their defense where they end up losing on overtime every single time. And I wonder if that same thing's gonna happen. Batman, once again, gonna play towards B. Gonna have that same tripwire set up towards Halt, but this time around, Kuch, we are gonna hit the A side. Let's see if they can do so. Ghost is gonna be playing with the Phantom this time around. No operator for him, so yeah, a lot more proactive here. Pasha Sahil gonna drop the Cloudburst and Halls. See if he can move to a forward position here. And June can scout things out with the Owl. Spot out one, the Leo comes through, but look at Ghost, he's so close. See them coming in, drops the smoke, gets the second kill. Can he find third? No, he cannot. He dashes. No, he gets the third one as well. Ghost.
Wow!
The
Oh
ace.
my god!
To finish things
Defenders
off.
win.
Great stuff here by Enigma at the end of the 7th, 8th, or 9th. I don't even know how many overtimes there have been so far. They're gonna get the victory. And boy, oh boy, did they do it in style. Ghost with the ace, with the knives, shutting down the entirety of Team Kuch.
Yeah, I don't quite know what happened. I've been sitting like this for that last round, and that was my reaction. Ghost. Wow, what a guy. I mean, what a time to show up, right? I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. And look, I think I'm pretty much sweating bullets across my entire face after sitting and watching through that. But what a worth it was. I think this was one of the best matches that we've had the privilege to watch. And
Yeah.
honestly, me, a privilege to cast alongside you, Floki, because this was absolutely beautiful. Enigma, take it after a very, very, very long fight. And they finally made it work for themselves. And kudos to them.
Definitely. Hi,
Yeah,
aggressive. How are you doing?
yeah.
How did you like the match?
Yeah, pretty much I had to run down here and I was like, okay, let's just see what the boys are up to because this match is taking forever. And then I'm like, well then, this thing going on down this far to a 19 and 17 is not really what I expected because this is one of the maps where where the side of Enigma are just so potent and they're just so powerful. And the fact that Kuch were able to take this all away, it just absolutely blew my mind. So let's head on down over to the match highlight to get a little bit of a bird's eye view throughout this entire thing. Because honestly, Floki, this was absolutely
Yeah, this was absolutely amazing. It was such a close game from both sides. Coach be really fighting tooth and nail, just clawing and clawing and clawing their way back, only to be shot down by Enigma in what I think was, let me do the math here. 7th overtime? I think it took 7 overtimes for Coach B to finally cave in and give it over to the side of Enigma. And Enigma pulling that final round on defense must be breathing a huge sigh of relief after that match.
Yeah, in my eyes, these levels of overtimes coming on down through from their end was absolutely incredible because primarily you do need to remember something that the map rule breeze is something where overtimes don't really show themselves as often.
Yeah.
Here, it's always about trying to win as decisively as possible. One team is going to be better and the other team is not going to be that strong. And that's just how a lot of the things are going to be because primarily you do need to remember that hey, you're always not going to be able to go in for those proper engagements. You're not always going to be able to get out those clutches because there are way too many angles to consider. There are way too many possibilities that you need to consider trying to go in for a lot of those different engagements. And the fact that Team Kuch were able to bring it back so well on so many of those rounds, but they fell just a tiny little bit too short right at the very end. A lot of mistakes do happen, and we always do talk about this. When it comes down to the very end, when it comes down to those last bearing moments, that's where the fatigue starts to play in. That's when you start getting a lot more impatient. You're being like, hey, why can't we end this? Come on, we need to try and end this. We need to try and end this. And as soon as you have that mentality going on through, it's pretty much already over. And I'm pretty sure that Team Coach B, they fell under that trap, causing them to lose out on this map in particular. They lost their mental, and they are a team that don't really have a lot of experience together. And I do believe that Enigma having that experience, keeping their cool, calm, and collected head in these type of sticky situations, they were able to come out on top, show that level of consistency, and bring their A game down to the map. Don't you think so, Universe?
Absolutely, they did quite a bit of work over there because this was more hard fought than probably any map they've faced in this entire tournament so far. Like I don't think the Enigma Gaming have been pushed to their limits this far, and to have worked so much to get that victory. But hey, at any point of time, they could have just chosen to be like, okay, guys, this is probably not working out for us. We can just probably take this on bind. But that never give up factor was in their favor, and in the end it just worked out for them because from the beginning itself, look at this, man, Enigma had a pretty decent lead. They had 82, went 8-4 in the first half at the very minimum. And that was something that they needed. It was something that Kuch needed so that they could pull that comeback coming, because they won the pistol following this as well into the second half, and they won a few runs after that as well. Enigma did respond back. They did have a lot of things going their way, but in the end, it was just Kuch who pulled back so many rounds in succession that Enigma had no answer, and it brought us all the way down to 2018 of a scoreline for us to watch all of it happen
Yeah.
in the best way possible.
I mean, this map was such a nail biter to the very, very end. And I think this is going to be a long highlight section because there are a lot of highlights in this
Yeah,
match.
that's a lot of plays.
Yeah, and I think that I just want to see that finishing ace. I wonder if that's possible. I just want to see that ace once again from Coast to finish that map off. But unfortunately, I don't think we can just skip forward like that. So yeah, I mean, I have to say that was such a perfect ending to this map, though. Just Coast ending it out with pulling the knives out, going forward, getting those kills, being like, guys, I'm finishing this here and now. I don't care if I die. I've gotten 3 kills already. Trade me out, and if you can't do that, then maybe we don't deserve to win this round after all.
Yeah, Ghost is like, I'm gonna take this in my own hands and I'm gonna be that guy to make that level of difference. I'm gonna be the one to jump on in and I will shred through everyone. And doesn't it feel like Ghost always gets an ace somehow? Every single map, every single time. This guy will show up and he will just get an ace out of absolutely nowhere. He has no business getting that ace, but somehow he always seems to does it. And that's primarily one of the reasons why I feel as though Ghost, he's one of those star players that we always need to keep our eye on. He's
Yeah.
that X factor in a way that he's gonna get a clutch that has that he has no business trying to win on
Yeah.
out. He has no business killing those 5 players. And the fact that he actually got away with literal murder when he got flashed, he was flashed, he killed
Yeah.
3 people, pulled out his knives, and killed 2 others, and there was nothing that the side of Kuch could do to him. That's one of
Yeah.
the main reasons why he's such an amazing player, and that's why he can just completely break everyone down. So let's head on down over to the map veto screen to see what the score lines were before we do end everything's off and go over to the group standings. As you can already see, 13 and 3 for map number 1, but a 20 and 18 on the map of Breeze. It was an absolute surprise, but an amazing treat to watch for everyone. And also me personally was sitting here and just trying to understand what kind of plans were being made. But honestly, the MVPs for map number 2 have to be both of the Vipers. Pokies, he played so beautifully, and so did Ezzy. Ezzy is just on another level, that's for sure. But at the same time, I want a couple of more breakdowns coming on down from you guys of what happened down in map number 1, because I feel as though map number 1 and the performance there really did hit a lot of the players moving on down over to map number 2.
You want to take it?
Yeah, I would love to take it, because map number 1 was. I mean, you look at the contrast between these two maps, right? Because you look at the score lines, and if you show it to someone who's not watched this match, he or she's just gonna ask, what the hell happened? Because you see 13-3, and you see Enigma Gaming, okay, Enigma Gaming being themselves, going for a dominant scoreline, and then you look at the other side, and you see 2018. Hello, Enigma Gaming, what did you do here? And if you tell them on top of that Enigma Gaming had a 12-7 lead, and then it went to 2018, people are just gonna be like, okay, Enigma Gaming, they need to, they did quite a bit of work over here, because for most of the rounds, I was pretty sure, because there were times where coming on the flanks, there were timings which caught them off guard, and all of that happened. The second map, yada yada. But the first map, especially, there was so much that worked in their favor, because Kuch were not playing that team game as they did, as they would have wanted to, and every single thing that worked out in the favor of Enigma Gaming was Kuch mistakes. And although there was quite a bit that Kuch did try to do differently, it was not working out for them, because stuff like this. Look, it's just those 1v1 situations Just like this one, like, oh yeah, Hika and Easy, they got almost 3 kills down towards mid, both of them supporting each other. But on the other side, it was just one player who peeked out at once, just like this again. It was go again, Ghost got Juven, and Batman pops out and he takes out me on 16k. And that was just everything that worked in the favor of Enigma Gaming, because the team communication was not in place, tradings were not working, there were no trade kills whatsoever. And in the end, Enigma Gaming, they took advantage of all of that. They opened it with welcome arms, and it was like Kuch literally popped a laddu into their mouth.
What? Okay, that's a reference. That's a reference that I didn't really expect coming on down from this side of the universe. But hey, if it works, don't fix it. Floki, give me your thoughts for this one of what happened in Ascent in particular.
I think Enigma was just, much more ready for Ascent than the side of Kuch. This is a map that they've probably played, for ages now, and they've worked on it for so long that at this point, they don't even care as much if the enemy team picks Ascent. They're like, oh yeah, that's our home turf. Even though they've picked it, we know we can do a better job than the enemy team, and they're right to think so. I mean, they certainly dominated the side of Kuch every single time. I mean, Hika, I lost track of how many ultimates he used in that game. I think the number is definitely upwards of 5 because there were so many times where he just went in with the run it back and was able to secure so much space for his team time and time again. I mean, yeah, just look at this guy. Like, he's just getting all these kills, holding down all these different angles, and just getting kill every single place he decides to, set his eyes upon. So, yeah, great stuff by him. But the end of the day, Kuch, they did, take a lot of time to, finally say die on Breeze. And I have to commend their fighting spirit just to be able to get to 7 overtimes and really make Enigma sweat is an achievement in and of itself. And I hope they're going to be proud of that as we move into the second season. But yeah, they did end up losing the match, and that means that they are going to stay in the bottom of those group standings. And I'm not sure, aggressive. Let me confirm this with you. Does that mean this is relegation for the side of Team Kuchby here, or are we going to be seeing them again in season two?
The thing is that it's not relegation just yet because primarily everyone you do need to remember that hey, there are 7 matches that are going to be played by the teams. Not and at this point, Team Coach B have already played 5 matches. So here they're gonna need to rely on the teams that are in the 5th and 6th position to actually lose out on a lot of their matches so that they're going to have that chance to take away that 5th and 6th position. And let's head on down over to the group standing so we can get a better visual understanding of what exactly is going to be happening. Because the main thing that I really want to highlight is that Team Kuchbi, they have a chance. They could possibly take the position away from the side of True Rippers, but at the same time, I don't think so. It's going to be happening because True Rippers are a team that can win one map at the bare minimum, no matter what happens. So I really do believe that Team Coach B they're going to be going through regulations, and they're going to be going on down through the season 2 qualifiers once again to try and earn their spot back onto our group stages because at this stage it's a little bit too little too late for them. But hey, at the same time, they can just play for the style points, they can just play and gain a lot more experience here in their last 2 matches.
Yeah, they most certainly can do that, and I wonder if they're going to show that same fighting spirit that they did today, as they do have 2 matches remaining. But boy, what a way to end things! Enigma, great stuff by them. They're going to be on top of the table for now because they have played 5 games and won every single one of them. So yeah, I mean, great stuff by them. But yeah, the coming matches today are also equally exciting. Maybe we touch upon that a little bit.
Yeah, let's head on down over to the match fixtures to see which teams are going to be facing off against each other when it comes down to the 8 p.m. game. And that's going to be Velocity versus Samurai. I don't think I even needed to show this, but just for the sake of it, let's show it down on the board. It's going to be Velocity versus Samurai going on down through. And we already saw when it came down to the group standings that Samurai Esports and the side of Team Fangs, they were on exactly the same when it came down to points. And that's going to be massive moving on down the line because at that stage, if Samurai Esports are not able to win this one out at the bare minimum of one map, and if Team Fangs coming on down through from their end are able to win out on both maps in particular, they're gonna shoot up and they're gonna take that number 4 position away from the side of Samurai Esports, which is gonna be a massive blow for them because that basically means that Samurai Esports, they're not gonna be in playoffs. And it's gonna be the chance for the side of Team Fangs to take that number 4 position and go into playoffs. And in my eyes, Samurai Esports taking a map away from the side of Velocity is very much possible for them. But at the same time, what do you think, Universe? What are your thoughts on this ideology?
I mean, it is going to be quite a match for everybody to see, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people tuning in for this one because these two teams are quite fan favorites, and this is going to be a very difficult match for both of these teams because clearly they have the skill, they have the individual firepower, and we've seen quite a bit of them perform after a lot of practice sessions. And we might just throw in a few more surprising map picks, like we could see Icebox, or we might just well see Breeze again if Velocity or Samurai are feeling it, and maybe another 2018 scoreline could be on the cards, but. I mean, that's highly unlikely, but it's going to be something that it's going to be very tough. It's going to be very hard fought, and probably I would say that it goes to all three maps because pretty sure Velocity and Samurai are going to be able to pick up one map at the very least. It's all going to go down to that third map, and who's going to be able to put their one foot forward in front of the other and take over that lead and go to the top of the table if it's Velocity, and confirm a spot in the top 4 if it is Samurai.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But these are all just speculations as yet. And we all do need to wait until the 8 p.m. game to see exactly what both of these teams have to offer and what they're going to be bringing on down to the table. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going on off. But before we do go on off, I would like to remind you of the links that we have set up for you down in the description below. And to check out all of the deals from our sponsors because we know for a fact that you want to get a juicy new computer part to just beef up your setup so you can play like the pros and take the entire world by storm. That rhyme for no apparent reason. Don't quote me on that because I did not do that intentionally. But while you are down there, to make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified as soon as we do go live. And hey, if you're looking to get yourself a can of Red Bull, there's going to be a QR code showing up down below. So scan it up and get yourself a Red Bull can whenever you can. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be signing on off, and we'll be back with a real soon at 8 p.m. with the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen. We'll catch you all in a little bit.
This